Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're coming from. We're coming back with another FTF monthly. I'm once again joined by my good friend, the 6'4 ninja, and we're pretty excited to watch some games today. I'm a little bit stuffy today, but the energy's still there, and I know Ninja's ready to go, even though it's early for him, like usual. And I think he's going to be explaining some stuff about how this tournament's about to work today.
Yeah. So this is the 13th monthly FTF tournament. We are over a year into having these tournaments, and the rules have changed a little bit from month to month. So we've kind of honed in on it. But generally, what we're working with here is this is a race to the finish format. Players need to get a certain number of points. 19, right? Still 19? Me double checking. And once they get over that, they need to win a lobby to win. So nobody wins the tournament without winning the last lobby. Could take 3 lobbies, could take 7 or 8, depending on how much the winning bounces around between the players here. And they get those points by their placement in the lobbies. First is 10 points, second is 8, third is 7th, fourth is 5. And then the bottom half of the lobby is 3, 2, 1, and 0 points for those bottom 5 placements, respectively. Um, so that's the scoring and how you win. But really, how you win is by playing the game. And looking forward to checking out these games. I think we're almost ready for lobby number 1.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is already in the lobby, ready to go. So we're just waiting on them to start. Oh no, we have one person waiting on. Then we'll be ready to go. So
Okay.
we got 7 live right now, waiting on one. Oh, my stream went down.
Should be back momentarily. There we go.
Just messing with us.
hmm Um, let's see some fun facts going into the first lobby here today. Gabby, Gabby Jagodia, is going for a potential three-peat. That would be a pretty big accomplishment. It has never happened before. We have All for Roll, Zillag, has won 5 monthly tournaments, but never won 3 in a row.
Oh
So
man.
Gabby has a chance here to both be the first three-peat winner and also move into second all-time in tournament wins. All for Roll has those 5. Gabby is currently tied with Tiku Wabu for 2 wins. So Gabby definitely a person to keep an eye on through these lobbies today.
Yeah, and then
Um,
we got Richard as number 1 currently, right, on the live lobbies.
mhm.
So that's awesome to see him playing today. And then Despo's up there too. I know they're like top 10, or at least where I was chasing them for a while on that leaderboard.
Yep. We got Richard Werman is first on the sync leaderboard, and Mimple is currently first on async. So
Oh,
we have last month's tournament winner going for the three-peat, and we have first place on both sync and async on day 2, which has never happened before.
that's awesome. This is actually a lot of heavy hitters today.
Yeah. It's very top weighted. We've got a couple players not on page 1, but quite a few of those top ladder players also vying for tournament day. And we see Synesthesia here picking Odin first.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm just going Odin here every time too. Like Gemini, I don't know if I like it less or it just doesn't feel as strong these days. But Odin gives you that little bit of boost in the middle. Can still play into the mid game if you're playing mages, stuff like that. Venture is always nice to switch into. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Medea, I've been liking to switch in towards the end if I'm gonna be switching into Medea anytime.
Well, if you're going to be Odin, finding an owl in the first shop is pretty nice. You'd rather see a targeted spell, but this is, I think, the next best spell you could get. Going from a 0x2 to a 1x2 hero really mitigates some of the downside of the character early. So I expect we cast this spell, not really a reason not to, and picks up the owl.
I honestly can't tell you how many times I forget Odin has 0 attack, and I'm just like, "Oh, this is fine," and then I'm, like, waiting for the attack to happen. I'm like, "Oh, man."
And we got Feel Right here on Sinbad. Won't have any treasures yet, but does have, and that 1x2 hero attack coming in real clutch right off the top. Oh, now he finds a targeted spell to give those extra stats. And he's fighting an Icarus in a tournament lobby. I'm curious to see how that works out. Somebody taking a big risk there. Didn't catch the name on that player, but
I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Icaruses, when we've casted these, so I'll be interested to see how that goes for sure.
I feel like people don't normally play Icarus in
Yeah,
tournament
I
lobbies.
didn't even look, honestly. Oh, that was a really
Oh,
good call. The rat there. I mean, there or the
because
sorry, the doom roll
Gabby
mouse.
played some Icarus. I'm curious if Synesthesia locks this shop because getting another targeted stat boost spell is pretty nice. It guarantees value from your hero power. Whereas if you get like a free roll or there are a couple other spells you could get here that just have no value.
Yeah,
So
you
yeah,
also get the sorry, yeah, you also get the range and unyielding in that shop, which is really nice for that tanky owl in the front. You know, swing, take a hit, be able to start getting the attacks off of those in the back.
yep. And Gabby only skipping one turn, skipped the first turn of the no, skipping no turns, didn't have any bonus XP.
Hmm.
Huh.
I wonder
Had
what
to
the other
use them more.
heroes were.
Oh, yeah, I wonder.
Because if you're not going to skip right away, I wonder what the strat is. A, and I just wonder what the other heroes were for sure.
Cast the spell, sell the sword. That gives you some extra moonlight, and then you can buy another unit. Yeah. It still has a sword going into 3. This is a really, really solid opening here for Synesthesia.
Yeah, and that range being a 4/3, just because you get to cast a spell on it here, just makes it a a whole different thing. Because you're going into 3, where all of a sudden you're going to see blizzards everywhere, and
Yeah,
and some form of blizzard everywhere. So
yeah,
getting that range in the safe zone right away is really nice.
yeah. One blizzard, very common. Two blizzards, it happens. If your board is a bunch of things with 2 health, it'll probably happen to you. But having 3 health makes you pretty safe from any of the backline spells that can happen on the level 3 turns. Going into level 4, then you got to worry about fireballs and stuff. But really, really solid opening here. I mean, with the range and the Iron Will units going, first here to try to get some 2-for-1s. Like that's Synesthesia saying he wants to win the fight. He's trying to do damage. If you keep those range and Iron Will units in the back, that's helping you stay alive. That's helping you not die. But putting them in the front says I'm trying to do some damage to the lobby, and he does. The Pan there taking a cool 4 points of damage.
You got the pair you could pick up and the cat box. I don't know if you're going to be like if there's anything better in the shop. I definitely see taking the demons deal here and then maybe picking up 2/3 drops. But I don't think anything's worth that
Yeah,
much.
I
So
mean, you could take the cat box here, take the demon deal, and roll. You are Odin, like you don't get the value off of your hero power here, but you do have an owl that you want to put stats on.
yeah, and if you get a
Uh,
0 cost spell, it's really good. If you get a 1, I guess you could sell the sword for it at the end of the day, something like that.
Looks like a little more conservative line here, just taking the cat box and the Squire Roshi here to boost the attack on those summons. A little bit awkward with the Iron Will unit because it's not likely to die when it attacks, so it's less likely to clear a spot for the second cat. But oh my goodness, look at those singing princes here from Richard Werman. Yeah, got to get that 8 attack breakpoint to actually get a KO on the front line.
Yeah, and I think
I
that was
mean,
the big decision making when taking that Squire Roshi, right? I think he looked at the board and was like, "Oh, 2 8 defense things. I better take this
does that
Roshi
mean
and
that
put
we
some up
demon
there."
deal to get our owl to 8?
I would say yes. That's actually a good point. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that on the spot, but it's a good point.
Yeah, but I mean, still, not using your mana but maintaining some health here, probably some of the concern. Like those taking 2 damage, 4 damage early, it's like losing one of those early fights, and it kind of speeds up the whole lobby for you. Oh, but his range unit gets insta sniped by the opponent. So no 2-for-1 value there, and it results in a tie, which is pretty respectable, but probably not what Synesthesia was hoping for there.
Yeah, especially after seeing the 9s, be the break point for those front units after you have the 8 range. You're like, all right, well, we still got a tie there. Feels pretty good.
Well, it's another targeted spell to add some stats to the board. Um, but it's not one where you get the value from your hero power. Picks up a puck.
I really like Pirate there because you already have Cat and you're playing Roshi anyway. So you get some extra stats. Just keep yourself going. But I also, I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are leaning into food comps in the mid game now. The people that I talked to that played on day 1 said they were seeing just a lot of Cabbage Merchant, the Board Farm Boy, and the Farmhand, the 3-drop that gets the food stats. It has innate preserve. Seeing a lot of that on the middle turns. Wow, somebody played two 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 parrots on that board. That's a spicy play.
Oh, was that on the Toy Dino board or the Icarus board?
I think it was the. I'm not sure where he was mousing through, but so, I mean,
Yeah.
if somebody's going for some scaling there at great
Because like
risk to their life points.
I have my parrots. It's time to chill.
Yeah. All right, D Point Bro switching into a Swan build here has an even bigger owl than the Odin, but the stars clean up most of it, and 4x4 is enough to clean up the rest of it. So Toy Dino still playing on the edge with that hero power. Oh, finds a
Ooh,
Snow White
yeah,
to go with
Snow
his
White.
Cabbage Merchant.
To start the turn, your cabin merchant. That's beautiful.
Now you get a free cabbage. Well, not free. You pay 1 gold, but then you get a new cabbage every turn for that same 1 gold, as long as your cabbage merchant keeps dying, which allows you to increment this Snow White quest pretty quickly. You could. Is it just the free roll rat?
Yeah, or because you're pairing up. But I think he's thinking about that, but to protect his unyielding in the back from the parrot. But I don't know if that's a huge priority. Like you could put Owl back there if you're really that worried about it, and then you win on that fight 2 out of 3 times, which is pretty good. You're just sacrificing the Roshi. But
Yeah.
like I don't know if you're picking up the acolyte here. I don't think it's that much better than having the bat in at this point.
I mean, you
So
have a Squire Roshi and a couple items. You could also pick up the Chameleon here and try to get a slay with it next turn, but that's a high risk play.
sold.
Uh,
I'm in. I'm in.
I mean, you get the Chameleon up to like 7 attack next turn. It's got a reasonable chance to slay against most 4-0 boards, but not guaranteed and certainly a little risky. Puts where are you putting that on the biggest unit? Wants to make sure that owl lives as long as possible. And you do want the cabbage merchant to, like, if it lives, it's picking up food stats, but because you have the Snow White, you really want this cabbage merchant to die. You want to get that new cabbage every turn.
I wouldn't even have thought about that. I just would have been spamming the cabbage on cabbage merchant.
He gets waved here. Not ideal.
Yeah, the 1-drop still got to take out something though on the front line, which is nice.
It's a range fight. Who can get luckier? It looks like they got about the same amount of luck and get the tie there. Oh, hero attack spell. That's pretty high value. New cabbage, definitely. I mean, you could also go bag here. You are potentially in a position where that matters. It's the Aladdin is running the.
Do you think you could take bag this early? I guess you're
Oh,
at 30. Oh
he
my goodness.
saw the front
I'm
line of
ready.
that board and was just like, well, we didn't buy the chameleon and lock it last turn, but I will take the chameleon this turn. Oh, chameleon on 1 HP. The cabbage is actually more stats, right? You put the
Yeah,
cabbage on the
is it
chameleon.
2-2 or 1-1?
It's 2-2, I think.
It is, yeah.
So I think maybe you put the cabbage on the chameleon instead.
Wait a second. If the cabbage is in your hand, it doesn't count as a turn of when it passes?
That is what I'm seeing.
Okay, I did not know that. I just learned
Yeah.
something new today, everybody.
New cabbage tech. You can hold multiple cabbages for future turns if you just don't play them.
Yeah. And he did buy the bag and go around the chameleon. You know what I love to see here? Just get full rewarded. Just get the which one's the shield one called now? Smithy.
Smithy, yeah.
Yeah, just get a Smithy. Just hit a Smithy here. You have a couple items on it already. Just start cooking.
That'd be a pretty wild turn here for Synesthesia to get a Smithy.
There's a lot of 5-drops that are so good from these slaves. I think we talk about it all the time, right? So
Yeah.
like any of these, there's a lot that are just really good. There's a couple that are just pure misses. I mean, the fluff, you still get a pretty big unyielding unit to go in your back line, but
Mhm.
probably not ideal. And the tree, twig, rough, cup probably isn't going to be doing what you want it to this early, but it's still okay.
Yeah. And like there's just on the 4-0 for the level 4 turns, like generally you don't have a comp, but like a lot of the 5-drops are like comp defining.
Yeah, here you go. Start building.
But it gets a quest increase on the chameleon instead of getting that slay he's looking for.
Yeah, a bit rough. Oh, you can put it back on your bench at 1. I didn't even think of that. Save gold for later rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's fun for brokers.
It's a lot of moonlight. You could really increase the odds of chameleon slaying here by going up to 15 attack.
I think Synesthesia can hear you.
No, I'm definitely deafened in
I'm kidding.
that day or lobby. But yeah, you can also, I mean, this hero attack spell again, going up to 7x2. Like we haven't seen magnifying glasses yet, but like eventually
They'll be there eventually.
There's also
Yeah.
a milk woman here, which because you have that bag already.
Once you get a magnifying glass,
doing item stuff.
yeah.
Well, this is even more moonlight and more quest progress. 2 gold items generally worth it if you have the Snow White. the ad stats your board, but yeah, thinking about that Milkwoman too. I mean, it's bat plus right now, right? It's the same stats,
Bat
more stats
plus.
than the bat,
True.
and has upside.
I even like saving these cabbages for your farmers.
Trying to figure out the positioning here. Yeah, the Milkwoman not giving any stats yet. Going with Puck over. Yeah, I mean a 3/9 isn't doing a whole lot right now. The
And I guess we're close enough to popping the Snow White that we're not worried about getting those cabbages as fast.
yeah, the Puck does 9 damage. And so the Catcher would have to like hit 3 times, which just isn't very likely at this point. So it just makes more sense that the Puck is a little stronger here. Definitely like looking at the board and looking for breakpoints here to try to figure out where exactly they want stuff to go. The Chameleon doesn't get Alpha Strike and does get the Sleigh. Didn't see what it turned into quick enough there, but Iron Will unit, big Snow White, does some damage here to feel right.
Oh,
And it is Hermes. I guess we're Sleigh.
we're on 4-2. It's probably not that defining.
Oh, big Vampire Dagger Plus to go with the bag we already have. Hey, look, a Sleigh Moon.
I think you might be right. Think.
Sometimes it just lines up that way. You're like, well, okay, we got a Hermes that could maybe we Grimm's twist this, or we new you it into something else, and then you get a Sleigh Moon. You're like, okay, we'll just go in on this. Next turn, hit the 5, looking for Nocturnes, looking for Sea Witches, looking for more Hermes.
Such a good turn for Slay all around.
Mm-hmm. Selling a bat with an item on it. What are we
Picking
doing?
the item up.
Slay Charm.
Yeah, Slay Charm has to be right.
Yeah.
Look at all this extra money we have on our bench too. This cabbage stuff is great.
Get that Slay Charm and then free roll just for the stats.
I'm gonna be obsessed with saving cabbages. I'm so hyped for this.
Yeah, I mean, you're losing power on board a little bit. It's like delayed power, I guess.
Well, I'm saying, so you're at 30, right? And you're looking for a way to convert your wealth down the road to a later turn.
Yeah.
This just seems like pure upside. It's just
so
nice if you have a bunch of stuff in your hand, you're all covered in cabbages.
It's a good investment. We've got Dagger Woman, Hermes on 4/2. Big Snow White is a pretty solid board. The position's a little awkward having to put the Puck in 3, but because you have an Iron Will unit and a ranged in the back row, you're probably still proccing the stars most of the time.
How are we going to keep getting stats on this Milkwoman to make this dagger be able to steal effectively?
We're Odin, right? Any targeted spells help us put stats on it. But even if the dagger doesn't keep growing, it's like not bad. Kills the biggest unit in the front row. Pretty solid start here. Oh, but there's Gabby here scaling their shop, that very large Tomorrow's Trader.
I see this shop and on 5-0, and I'm like, oh, we're hunters, or we're playing more magnifying glass nonsense.
Oh, also rarely seen. I say rarely seen. Maybe other players have seen this more, but Hermes does have a Moonlight trigger, like a lot of Slay units do. And Hermes Moonlight trigger is you get a Hermes blessing in your shop. So as long as Synesthesia keeps running Hermes 1 with the Selene giving it Moonlight, he can keep guaranteeing the 0-cost spell to go first. A little awkward on Odin because you don't generally want to cast a 0-cost spell first. But potentially setting up Hermes getting double slice if it has enough HP to live that first hit is a big deal. But it doesn't look like you can get that much HP on it this round. That pan board looking pretty thick.
I like this.
Do we pick up the Narcissus here? We can roll here and find pretty much any 5-drop, still buy it. Picks up another cat box, just more attack. I mean, you've already got Milkwoman in a bag, right? So like trying to get as much scaling as you can onto future magnifying glasses is a big deal.
Any magnifying glass here, we're just cooking. So, I mean, any magnifying glasses, I should say. We'll take as many as you give us at this point.
Sells 2 to buy the Narcissus. That investing in the future. Cast both spells? I mean, yeah, I think that casting the other spell doesn't matter a whole lot here because you probably aren't winning the fight. But Synesthesia not willing to risk it, and just goes for the Hermes Blessing. Because you could have cast both spells if you cast the 1 gold spell first, the Poison Well.
Yeah, you're right.
But just goes the attack first spell. I mean,
There's a piece of me here that likes putting some of the items on the cat so they don't get the triple blizzard from the upgraded Lotus and the other one that they have on the board.
yeah. I mean, I don't know that you're expecting those cats to do much other than scale your hero attack.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Live, Watson, live.
And it looks like most of the cats here are going to get their turn before the blizzard. But I mean, we're not even going to proc that second blizzard.
Yeah.
Ouch. Takes a little bit of damage.
Oh,
That's a
the
pretty good
second
pan board. They're
Watson.
casting lots of spells.
Yeah, I think we're pretty happy to see the second Watson. You know, pairing up a 5-drop, picked up the cats last turn, just feels like pure reward.
Yeah.
Oh, but Slay also.
And there's also magnifying glass.
Oh yeah, there is.
Probably selling a couple of things here to make sure you get both of those.
We do have cabbages.
There we go. I mean, Dagger Woman can come back at any time, right? We'd rather steal stats off of other things.
Yeah, because you can just put that on with the magnifying glass, and you're right back to where you were if you want that in.
Yeah.
It almost does it feel worth it over the Slay Witch to you? To just be running the Milk Woman with the magnifying glass in the bag, or
No, you've got multiple slay triggers here. You like invested in that monster charm, and
you had your your
slay
trigger.
moon. So like multiplying your slays here is a lot of stats. You could you argue the second Watson's not doing as much here. Maybe if you're trying to play strongest board, you'd probably play Milkwoman over the second Watson. But Synesthesia at 25 here, still at the top of the lobby, fighting somebody near the bottom of the lobby, seems very willing to go for a more scaling centric setup for this fight. Running 2 cat boxes and 2 Watsons that just aren't doing a lot.
What?
To go with your slay pieces that are trying to carry you. And realistically, with this kind of a board, you're not trying to win fights. You're trying to get them low enough that 2 of your they have 2 things left that your hero attack kills, right? Like if you get
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's like a 4 for 2 on our end, though. You know, those cats and those Watsons are making sure that those last 2 shots they kill whatever they hit.
So I'm trying to play a little bit stronger here by putting the Moonlight on one of the cat summon positions instead of on your Hermes. So you won't get that Hermes Blessing in the shop next time around, but like there's a potential to get 3 cats into that slot with the extra Moonlight. Nope, not going to get 3 cats. Only 2 cats in that spot. But having the 21 attack on that cat making a pretty big difference.
That upgraded Nero made everything huge.
Yes, that was problematic for Synesthesia here. Had a solid start, but like it doesn't do anything that crazy for the turn that they're on. And so some of these other boards that have a little more high roll on them, a little scarier, doesn't want the bigger monster charm. Cold Beer would be pretty good if you wanted to bring Milkwoman back into the comp, but doesn't want to do that. And there's a more food stuff, but kind of leaning away from the food now, not picking up the Cold Beer, not picking up the porridge pot. That spells a lot of free value here on Odin. +2, +3 to a unit for 0. And
Yeah, I think right now we're looking for a treasure, right? We're trying to treasure up the Narcissus or the Watson or maybe a second Slay Witch if we're really going to move into Slay. Oh, there's a Hermes.
Instead we find another pair, rolls it away, just not happening. That's another free stats. Oh, can't cast the health potion now. I mean, you check their board here. Can I get this triple slay in one go? No, I'm out. Upgraded cat box.
Oh, magic
beans.
Anvils find magnifying glasses.
And goes for anvil. Okay.
I mean, we are going to 6 next turn, right? We find a mermaid as it goes on the board. Get a magnifying glass for it. Feels good.
Yeah. We have the 1 magnifying glass and the bag already, and those it's giving something like high 30s attack to that sea witch. So putting that on a mermage does immediately make this make more sense. Although you don't have a lot of Ranger Iron Will stuff or stuff that shares stats, but it might still be enough to get you there, right? You'd rather have like a catnip bottle, or the dresser.
The dragon cabinet, yeah, I get you. And the I wish we would have picked up a 5-drop pirate. We didn't see one. Would have been really
Yeah,
good for hiding this upgraded cat. Not as much of a big deal when you have the non-upgraded cat, but getting the value of all 4 of those cats coming out is sometimes pretty big deal.
we do get the sleigh, which was nice. There were a couple places there where we didn't even get a sleigh, and our range got to hit pretty good RNG here, but it's still just not. Oh, it is just enough. Woo!
We did the plan, the hunter's land.
Yeah, got him down to 2 units that had less health than our attack.
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
hunters. There's a new U here, but like it doesn't. There aren't a lot. I mean, you could put the Hermes up to 6.
Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, I would probably do the Snow White if anything, but you're not. What are you even looking for on 4 there?
yeah, so it rolls away. There's a tombstone here. That's the old fire rune, a dying
Pirate.
There's the pirate, but like the pirate doesn't. I guess they have a star child. They're in stars, so the extra summon here does.
Pirates is great. I'm telling you, Pirate's so valuable to me when I have that upgraded cat box and I have to play it like in the front, or I'm trying to play it in the front, especially the Watsons. Just feels so good every time.
Yeah.
We are in 6 though, to be fair though too. Obviously, I like
There's
a lot
the
more on 5.
There's the catnip bottle. The Hecate's not that big, but it's still bigger than most of our board. Or we can switch a different direction. There's a Pandora's box and a Dr. Frank here. We do have an upgraded cat box, so we're going to summon a lot of cats that are all evil units.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Bye-bye to our fusion fodder, and welcome Dr. Frank to the team. You put the Narcissus on board now, just as an evil unit, maybe?
Yeah, just as an evil unit.
Like, your other options are not really any more appealing. You could run a frontline Watson. You could put your Sea Witch in the front. Like, that's not crazy, but like having the range unit in the back with the potential for the Frank to do the summons and cover the range unit so it can get extra attacks is pretty valuable. It's a little fight RNG dependent, but might still be the best line here.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and especially because you get that extra spawn from the Dr. Frank once you get back there, but the 60 range is hard to put in the front when you're at this part of the game. You know, it's like that's arguably your best unit on board right now, doing the most for you, or giving you the best chance
Well,
at getting a tie.
yeah.
Okay, one I like. Yeah,
At least
if I
it's
can
not
still
one.
get, yeah, you get a trade maybe, or hopefully.
And you got that Dr. Frank in the back now with 5 evil things dying before it. So you get 5 plus 1 is plus it dying is 6. So you should get 4 evil units out of that. I'm assuming because you're summoning the cat box in 4 and Dr. Frank's in 5. So you may not get enough. They may not all die before it gets there. And also the board may be a little bit crowded. But still gives you a lot of potential value here. Star Child stars are 27 with that upgraded. Oh, someone's another Star Child. It's gonna be a lot of stars, but that's actually really good here for Synesthesia because it's going to instant kill these cats before his Dr. Frank goes.
And then we get a Taylor in the spot.
Oh, but we have to deal with that very large Keeve. Taylor?
Oh, we hit the 50-50. Oh, we still got it though.
Yep, 38 by 2s is a lot.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Dr. Frank, now the summons out of that are neutral as of this patch, so it's a little less synergy with the Frankenstein's monster that we see in the shop here. May not be as interested in that. There's a boost rune here if he wants to keep going down this Watson path, but it's pretty expensive.
Yeah, I agree. 11 at this point of the game when you're still trying to kind of figure out exactly what you are. I mean, we have an idea, but we're a little bit of things of like 3 different builds. So, man, I'm always a fan of changing characters. That can really show me what I'm playing. Not really.
Yeah, that's. I mean, doubling your spell. Morgan Le Fay here, I think, has the most upside. But
It's
like,
a
Bearskin's also
horizontal
not
upgrade.
bad. Bearskin just free stats every turn. Even if you're not doing the math, if you're on 6-0, it's giving something stats every turn.
Who would not do the math?
I feel like we probably could have cast the go first attack spell there because we're running this range in 1 before we cast the. I guess we lose 1 gold that way, right? Instead of paying 4 gold for the hero swap, we pay 5 gold for it. But we get to go first, which might have mattered with this fire mage that he didn't know that he would have when he made that choice. There's also another pirate in the shop. I think that's probably where
Yeah,
Went
my heart.
in.
I saw it immediately. So I even think that and the cat bottle for a second. But like I said, we're still on 6. I don't know if me who loves to switch characters would have switched characters there, just because I would have been pretty focused on trying to get some damaging spell because that shield is going to be so strong at this part of the game, especially
Yeah,
against what we're doing. But I like this fire mage because for the same point, you might be able to knock some stuff up in the back first and not have to worry about the shields in the front as much.
yeah. And like splitting the Watsons now. So the Dr. Frank is further back in the order. Opponent doesn't have stars to clear all of your summons for you before your Dr. Frank pops. So moving the Frank further back in the order here to try to make sure you get those KOs. Looking here, doing some math. Where are the breakpoints? Nope, moves the Frank back into 5. Prioritizing that scaling, trying to get more cats to summon into the double Frank supported location.
The
5.
fire mage looks so funny with just 6 health.
Yeah, I mean that's one of
Pure
the things
glass
though.
cannon
Like
build.
I think a lot of players may not recognize how powerful it is. If you've been scaling hero attack, like there are a lot of things that share the stats well, and so it gets you extra value. But Fire Mage also gives you extra value um, by hitting 3 things. Right, you're converting that magnifying glass attack into hitting 3 things instead of 1 or maybe 2.
And it went really well there.
Yeah.
We picked off 3 after opening up the one.
All right. We don't get a lot of value from our Dr. Frank unless we hit a pretty good spell here. That's decent. But there's
Oh,
going to be one more cat here that we can't clear. It takes a little bit of damage, down to 8 HP.
there's our Queen Una.
And fighting the fluff player at the top of the lobby. Always a little disconcerting.
Yeah, I would try to get out of the slay stuff ASAP. I think I probably would have got out a few turns ago because I would have been pretty terrified of everyone else in the lobby at this point. Like those, we can't get anything off of those fluffs. Mirror, the stats from Una, scam, just
Hey,
like
look,
this.
some scam units.
Yeah,
Succubus very strong into fluff comps because almost all the fluffs scale attack more than HP, and so it is just almost always going to be the case that if Succubus hits, 2 fluffs will trade with each other.
yeah.
So
There's a part of me that just wants to take this Queen Una here. Yeah,
right now, I mean, you just
maybe looking just for more scam, kind of
uh,
identifying the situation you're in.
hey, there's some anti-scam tech. Oh, we can summon more units.
Love to see it. Hero Mask.
Shooting stars or hero mask or garlic surprise here also pretty good. We have a lot
Yeah,
of hero attack. The Slay Moon's not doing much. None of these treasures do much for us. The Aladdin not that great here.
oh, we have another 5-drop we can get this turn. We can sell some of the items we had picked up extra,
So is it
and then
Meta Mimic? No, still taking Aladdin and hoping you
yeah,
get a better 5-drop. Okay.
that's what I would be doing. I think because you still have this ring, you have this Cinder or the Snow White. You don't
Just
have
selling our
to
50-50.
play.
I mean, I guess if you're going into scam, you don't care about fusion. You can just sell one more thing. There we go. And Aladdin will be tripling up Poison Apple, Elemental Swords.
Yeah, pure stats.
Pretty good with summons, especially the Dr. Franks, because we have seen those tailors popping out with 3 attack. I think that previous fight that he like tied on his hero attack killing the Kiev, if his tailor has 6 attack there, he wins that fight. Because
Yeah,
the
true.
tailor kills the moth when it hits it first and
And then
gets
there
the
is no
second attack.
50-50. I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So getting that extra hero, that extra stats onto your Frank summons is a pretty big deal. Just
I think it's
having
probably
enough.
why I fell in love with Taylor again recently is because I'm always going for the stat treasures. It's very much
Mhm.
my bread and butter. And then like once it's just like, oh, that Taylor's an 8-11. Like, sure.
2 very large Blackbeards does
We got
prevent getting the
2
2-for-1.
Blackbeards and a blue fluff this turn. I think that was the whole turn.
All right. We need to clear some stuff out of the front row. So Frank and Summon's only going to get 3 things instead of 4. The teacup's pretty nice, though. Just being an Iron Will unit that keeps kind of picking things off. But we're not going to get down to 2 units. We wait to 3? Oh, because we're
we killed
Aladdin.
the upgraded one so we didn't die.
I was like, we need it to be 2 units, not 3. But Aladdin gave us that extra hero attack, but still just not enough juice to kill the 3rd one.
And we would have died if it wasn't for the killing the upgraded one instead of the non-upgraded one, right?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you really want to be out of these Watsons since they're just not doing that much for you. That also is not it.
Ooh.
400 health Hecate. More scam units,
There's
please.
a
Oh, there's a
mermaid.
mermage. Mermage can help quite a bit here. Yep, synesthesia thinking about it. Like it's I don't know what else you can do, but they're gonna have 3 large stars and you have to do 400 damage to Hecate. So I mean, really the game plan here is scam. Adding that extra attack might add up over the course of the fight, but it's gonna be tough. I mean, you royal monsters, you trying to wave things?
I mean, the only thing I'm looking for right now is mirror, I guess, if I'm going up against this board, right? Like just something
Yeah.
to try to match those Hecates and then let the rest of your work kind of do the work. Plus, it helps with your Dr. Frank.
Yeah, mirror would be very good here. A Taylor, another succubus even. He's now summoning the succubus into 5 and the cats into the front row in theory. I mean, I think you run this. Yeah, there's just not much value in the Triton here. Run
No.
on board.
No. Ooh. Oh,
Okay, then the Dr. Frank goes all the way to the left. War treasure, bigger bag. I don't have money for any of this stuff. Lightning bolt. Does it kill anything? No. There's
Well,
a
the
5-drop
5-drop treasure there.
if you live. You want Dr. Frank all the way to the left, right? So that you can't
Mess it up.
accidentally summon something.
Yeah.
Like, if that game
If that
gets
thing
blocked,
dies, yep, we're screwed. And he just
oh
accidentally
boy.
switched that defense item over. I think he wanted both on that pirate over there.
Ooh, this is some tension, chat. If that
Oh, they got
rescue runner
shields
dies
too.
before this, oh, there's a fire mage. Oh no, Dr. Frank.
GG's.
GG's. I think
Yeah, that's it.
it's just an important thing if you're learning how to play these summon comps at home. If you're going to summon 1 6-drop from your hand and more things that are below 6, you always want the 6-drop all the way to the left because that guarantees that it gets summoned. If your duelist dies first, it won't bring out the Dr. Frank, but your rescue runner always will. Let's jump down to D Point Bro. I think that's who knocked synesthesia out.
Up and down. All right, so we have a couple fire mages. We have a couple people with shields. We have a giant owl back there, so it looks like they were doing mage stuff to be. Oh yeah, look at the treasures. They were definitely doing some mage stuff to begin with.
Yep,
Not going to double
cast.
cast this blizzard on ourselves to get these shields away. We're gonna refrain from that. It looks like.
Mhm.
And a pretty big star child. 89 is nothing to put your nose up at.
Yeah, it's 66% of its tax. Those are some 50-ish damage stars coming out of the Star Child here. Does help clear some smaller stuff or pick off things. The 30 attack fire mage is a little goofy, but he's living his best life. Does 32 damage to the front row and 16 damage to those backline units.
Yeah.
Enough to maybe pick off something small.
Yeah, I mean, we still have a book in right in the front. Our board is we're getting there. We cast a lot of spells, so these Hecates are just hard to carry.
This is Hecates and friends.
Yeah, that's very true.
The shield treasure also pretty big deal.
Yeah, and we're just looking for a fusion on this build at this point, right? We're just looking to wait. Is there a world where if you think, because we're playing the dwarf board, right? Is that what I just saw, or maybe it's not? Oh no, it's the hunters board. It has the giant 5-drops on it. Is there a world where if they're bigger, do we cast the blizzard to get rid of both of our shields?
They have shield and we have shield.
Yeah, we both have shields, and there's a blizzard.
So.
We're not going to get to this spot again usually, so it's a good question to ask. Like, at what point are we casting blizzard? Yeah, to get rid of both of our shields.
I think you'd only do that if you were bigger.
You'd want it.
Yeah, if our Hecates are like 50%, like they're worth 300, 500, and they're at like 300, 200. I think you'd blizzard because it increases your odds of getting 2-for-1s. But if you're the smaller stat comp, you want the shield to give you an RNG chance to like double up onto their bigger units.
Yeah. They also have unyielding here, so I guess it's just because it doesn't do any damage, so the unyielding still works. It's like almost a third one. That's nice.
I mean, they just don't have as much stuff.
No, not even close. They're hoping for all scam here, but it's only got one thing.
And D Point Bro also Brashi eliminated here by D Point Bro. Another Hecate. We're just Hecate and friends.
I love this build.
The theme. 2 demons. I mean, the Asmodeus is with the shield rune is a little bit silly. We do have some evil units in the front row, but opts not to go for that.
We also didn't
Definitely,
cast the free spell on our Star Child to try to cast more spells.
no. We're
We're
all in
going
on this.
all
We
in.
need this
Yeah,
fire
we're all
mage.
in.
Another fire
Second
mage.
one.
Yeah, double cast gives some sunlight to 2 slots.
I think still we're just looking for this fusion, right? And then we have a giant fire mage in one.
Yeah, I mean, you could pretty easily like the fire mage, or even like putting it onto the phoenix, like having a 300 phoenix, depending on what your opponent's comp is, right? If you're against like something starsy, you'd rather have the phoenix. Shield comes back with shield. It's a lot of stats. If you're playing at something where you like want to hit their backline, put it on the fire mage here to try to pick off a Dr. Frank or a Frankenstein's monster, or any number of other, Oberon, Una, any of those backline units. Pretty solid. I think you can make a solid case either way. As you get into this, top 4, top 3, top 2, you know what comps you're against. You can go for that more aggressive fire mage option, or a more defensive phoenix option, especially with the shield runes.
Yeah, you make a good point with that. I mean, at this point, I'm guessing most of these people in the last 4 here all are aware, because 2 people had shields, so they're probably hyper aware to be looking for these blizzards or waves or anything like that to peel away some of this defense from this board. Is there any world where you just don't care about book anymore and you're just putting one of these other giant things in one with shields? Because it feels like such high value. Like, I know you have book to like cast spells, give yourself a chance, like scale the stuff at the end of the day, but all the Hecates are going to get it no matter what, no matter where the book goes off. The only thing that's technically relevant would be the owl for when the order of when the book goes off. So there's a part of me that just likes putting everything giant there in the front row with those shields.
Yeah, I think that putting the third Hecate in the front and putting the book in the back is pretty reasonable here.
Just feels weird.
Yeah, it does. I mean, what's weird is having the fire mage on board when it's this small. It just doesn't. It's not.
But he has a coin, dude. You see his coin? He's ready to go.
If it's been like, if you're checking their boards and like 24 damage kills something in the back, like sure.
It does. Oh no, it was 20. 24 didn't kill it. It had to be 20. It did 23 to the cup.
It needed 25. This is going to be a big summon here.
No,
12 damage, just sniped.
Was that from Gabby too? That was a
from Gabby.
heartbreaker.
All right, we're jumping down to Gabby's.
Let's go. 12 exactly on that. That is a rough one.
Popping an upgraded Dr. Frank, always a bad time.
And we were starting to cook there. Everything was looking pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if he'd cast one more spell on that fire mage, I think he maybe wins.
Oh, you're right, because that thing goes down and it's different.
Yeah, but
wow,
not quite enough. Now we've got Gabby in the top 3 here. Switched into Hamster,
and we're currently playing Swiss Army Knife. Featuring Scam.
I mean, we've got an upgraded Oberon with shooting stars. That's what we are, right? We're just trying to summon stuff now.
And everything else is just
Scabbard is going to become a factor next turn. Oh, can't buy the Archdemon's Moses because he doesn't have mana. Oh no.
Yeah, where are you putting it though, right? Because I mean, I kind of like the Dr. Frank and the Taylor in 5. Any of these star builds like this, I've really fell in love with Taylor in 5. Just to like whatever stars didn't kill, Taylor's there to usually clean up.
Yeah. Well, this is another tier 6 treasure potential, but I don't even know if you want it this turn. Do you want to pop that Excalibur Scabbard and then get it next turn? Nope. Just grabs it right now. Because you don't want to lose any of these treasures. I like.
Maybe you just don't care about Fate Scissors. But it's really good with these stars too.
Or
it's basically like an extra auto kill
here, so you can get it in 2 turns.
That's smart.
It just still feels weird. That's a lot of very large variant bottles.
We haven't seen the pan in like 25 minutes, right? I haven't seen this board in forever. All of a sudden, it's all bottles. And the fluff board. Oh my goodness, this is going to be an uphill battle for Gavin.
Oh, good call for production as well. We did have that one Narcissus in hand, and it was a second Narcissus in the shop. So if we let the
true, yeah,
trigger,
yep,
can't
smart,
treasure.
Smart production is very smart. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Oh, yeah. We got some upgrades here. Oh, but Adventure just much better. Because this will set us up. If we just played the pan recently, or it depends on how it goes. If we can just not lose here and play the ghost, gives us a chance of the pan to knock out, the fluff player or vice versa. Yeah. Those are pretty crazy boards. Like we need more mirrors to fight this fluff board. It feels like good switch there too.
We have 300 damage stars. We just need more summons, honestly.
True, we do have 300 damage stars, so that demon Asmodeus is way better than I even give it credit for. We have no summons up front.
Yeah. We need anything that summons stuff up front for more things to die so we get more 300 damage stars.
Yeah.
Oh, he hits the mirror on the Blackbeard.
Perfectly, yeah.
Things are happening.
That mirror was huge.
I think it ate
Oh
3 things. We get the Dr. Frank to pop here to protect for the Oberon.
And we got a Taylor in the back.
And Feel Right eliminated. It is Gabby here on the Oberon Shooting Stars Dr. Frank versus a very large bottled fairy board.
Look at those! Look at the fairies. They have triple items on them.
Oh, and now the mirror is upgraded, but like that's not as impactful in this matchup as it was in the last one.
I don't know. Those things are pretty large. I mean, it's still not a pack. Oh, we have a party popper. Make that thing even bigger.
Okay. Another Dr. Frank, pretty good here too.
I would heal here. I have a Nocturne in my hand. I do not care about. I'm thinking about eating that.
I mean, you still have your bonus life from.
True, you're right. True. So you can just take Frank here and feel pretty good about it.
Yeah. Sliding stuff over. You definitely want that celery tea here. Pretty impactful.
Any summons in the front, like you said, right?
Yep. You want to move them like you. Now it's mirror mind games, right? The opponent saw your mirror from last round, so they know you have it. So what are we doing? We're going first.
MooMalow's not only playing in day 2 in the top 2 of the first lobby, he's also having a great time. Look at that board. That is that's just you are just ripping spells. That's why we're waiting right now, still ripping spells out.
Yeah. Nope. I mean, Adventure here actually turns into a very good swap because the Celery Tea being able to go first against this board is a big deal. Being able to do that twice is nice. You also have the free damage prevention one time, which, I mean, honestly, since we found that, we like don't really want to buy the Asmodeus right now because like that takes away our get out of jail free card. But I think it's going to come a lot down here to some summon RNG. Why is there a giant? Oh, because the teacup hit that way first. Okay, it's just a little laggy. I was like, why is that a pig already? Dr. Frank gonna pop here, covering for the Oberon. The stars look like they're going to be enough. Nothing in the back row has more than 400 health. Oberon gets to attack. Star pops. 16 goes down to 6.
Ooh, that's a big chunk.
And Gabby very well positioned here to get this first win. Still has the extra life from the adventure. Well, the 1 damage buffer, right? It's not. There's lots of ways to lose that, chat, other than losing a fight. You gotta really pay attention to that one if you're playing this character.
Yeah, I love how we already have the chair too, ready to go to protect that Oberon, just in case anyone picked up the flying like they did.
Yeah. Another Dr. Frank, third Dr. Frank for tier 7. There's the Asmodeus, but like, yeah, let's it go. I like that play here. You can buff your Oberon for free? Nope, didn't want to. Okay.
Cringe.
I think some players may still not be recognizing that it's 0 gold and you get the mana back if you cast it on a fairy. Oberon is a fairy. Almost all the star synergy characters are fairies. If you ever see that spell, you can just cast it for free.
And for anyone in the chat who plays a little bit like me, my favorite strat on those spells is just grab it and then whatever sparkles I cast it on. So then you're getting the full effect of the spells. And you see the sparkle on one of those other characters.
Shout out to the UI designer helping make it easy for players like Moo.
Yeah, 100%. I clicked that thing and I was like, oh, there it is, sparkle. Good to go.
Oh, doubling Oberon's attack here would make those stars much bigger, but it's a pretty big investment. We need 6 gold. It's hard to get the 6 gold from here. We have 5 things on the bench and 1 sword.
Oh, we already had some gold, so.
Going for stealth. Probably getting the stealth here. That's only 8 gold.
Yeah.
You put stealth on your Dr. Frank.
Oh, no, we have that second sword in play, too. We forgot about it, thing on the Frank, right?
Oh, wait, they put a very large Tinkerbell in once. You're putting this on Oberon? You've got the back protector.
Yeah.
You could, okay, put it on the teacup. You could also put that on the Frank that doesn't have the chair protecting it.
That's what I was thinking too. But I guess the just value the celery tea attacking much more than we value the Frank spawning random stuff.
Yeah. And also, like, if that very large fairy hits something behind the back protector, how many things on the front row do we lose? It's a lot of damage that gets shared across the front row. Which I'm not sure that we'll see it that well because Gabby's stream's a little bit chunky.
Oh, they cupped
Oh, we
us,
got our chair got circus cupped, Cersei's
and it
cup.
killed our Oberon.
All right, it's gonna come down to Frank summons then, right? We are definitely behind on stats now. Oh, that Brave Taylor in 5 and 2 fools. Oh, but the one fool's gonna attack first.
Yeah, I don't think we're anywhere near getting this one, but we have that adventure extra life, so
Yep. Prevents the next time we take damage. We just took damage. We are now an adventure without an ability. We still have the one go first spell, I think.
yeah, we do. We haven't used that one. That's why I was thinking that there was not a huge reason to use the stealth on the celery tea. Yeah, you could have just used the attack first and then go from there.
Yeah. But I mean, the back protector getting Cersei's kept into then the Oberon getting sniped was a pretty brutal series of events there for Gabby.
Agreed. I think we're on the try not to get unlucky plan.
Yeah. Another mirror on the wall.
I mean, mirror's pretty big, but
Where you
I
at?
like that. I like that the best. Yeah, I think that's the best setup. Especially if you're planning on using this go first spell.
There's the third Dr. Frank. That's a tier 7 treasure. This could be very game changing. None of those are really the game changer you're looking for. We don't have much gold left this turn to buy something.
But buy the 3-drop, try to get Chrono.
I mean, you're hamstring. You buy the
Oh, the
you to buy
2-drop,
the
the
hot potato to try
Yeah,
to get
try to
chrono
get
and get the
Chrono.
gold value. Oh
I
my
would've
gosh,
tried
she's
to-
doing it.
Dude, I felt it. I would have beefed it. I would have thought I was so big brain about the hands. I'm like, no, I'm hamster. But then my luck would have saved me, and it would have been in the 1 slot or the 3 slot.
You
there's
saw
a cup
something
there.
here by the Phoenix for the
No,
tier
cup.
7 or the cup?
Yeah, I cup against this board for sure, right? I mean,
Cup versus tier 7 treasure, though.
with what we have, I'm cupping and just buying something relevant, like another mirror or something.
Okay. Goes with the Siren Lorelei in the front to try to reduce their stat sharing some, because if one of the fairy bottles hits that, they don't get it. And Gabby also going for the Cersei's Cup over the tier 7. Both players very low on hit points. Probably the game deciding fight right here. Mimple this time also finds another Cersei's Cup. Hits one
Ooh.
of the upgraded Franks.
We hit 2 of the bottle fairies, one with the celery tea, one with our celery cup.
They still have a 1900 health acolyte in the back. That's. Oh, we have a very big fairy. Oh, but Oberon lived. Oberon lived.
Yeah,
That was
it's a
the
big
decider
difference.
right there, right? You see those 300 damage stars start coming in, and Gabby coming off of winning the tournament the last 2 months in a row, winning the first lobby.
And a statement game. That was a beautiful game. Those last 3 boards were all really strong. I mean, at turn 14, we had all 8 players still in the lobby, so everyone was there. It wasn't like there's anyone farming anyone or anything. So crazy that you pull it out with that utility, and then the Oberon shooting star just so strong. You know, you said to yourself, all we needed was summons, and then you just saw we were just picking up summons. We got our mirror along the way, but most of it was just Dr. Frank, Dr. Frank, Dr. Frank. Anything to get stuff in front, let those stars go off, get the W.
Yep. Can Gabby be stopped? We'll find out in lobby number 2. I think we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with that second lobby, and we'll give you a rundown of the points there after the first one in just a little bit.
Crazy first round, crazy last three boards, but at the end of the day, Gabby showing they knew what they were doing when they got that Oberon and those shooting stars and knew exactly where they were trying to go to finish that game out, and they did. Even those giant stats fluffed didn't have anything to say with it, which I thought was going to be much stronger than the board, and then I was just immediately surprised. I did not give enough credit to Oberon and shooting stars, and I watched it just clear out the entire board slowly. So great
Yeah.
first game. I think Ninja's going to tell you a little bit on this point update to see where we're going with that first lobby. Obviously, we know Gabby hit first, but
Yep. Gabby got those 10 points. Mimple second with 8. Feel Right third for 7. D Point Bro fourth for 5. And then going down from there, we had Barashi, Synesthesia, Despot, and Richard Werman taking a tough round one. Um, so Gabby, the leader going into this, will be following Mimple though. Gabby's stream was a little choppy there, and Mimple came in second. Mimple again is the first place player currently on the async leaderboard. 265 games this month so far, 7,700 rating. So definitely a strong competitor. And we saw there playing that pan board, picking up those spell treasures, casting a bunch of spells, and the radiant fairy in a bottle's almost enough, but not quite.
yeah, that
And
was an awesome pan board.
now Mimple gets the choice of these characters. I mean, Treasure Hamster usually a pretty safe high level one, but if you just came off a pan game, maybe you could be talked into playing some Vizier Jafar as a mage character or Wayward Sisters.
I do
I think,
love some Jafar, I really do.
I think Daedalus is like a hero people like swapping into late, but is a little bit rough to start the game with.
This was my last choice. I'm ready. Show me, Nim. Show me. This was my last choice. I was not going sisters. I'm ready to be shown. Show
All
me.
right. Mimple likes playing some magey stuff, likes casting spells again, but doesn't want to pay for it. He wants to double cast those cheap spells in the shop, playing some Wayward Sisters.
But doesn't want to pay for it.
Yeah, if I do Jafar, you get to cast the spell twice, you can pay for it both times.
Oh, well, we got a spell in the shop.
I mean,
We're gonna
probably
lock
hoping
for it.
for an owl there, but doesn't find it.
That was beautiful.
Cinderella, maybe? Or the cats? Pick
No, I think you're right.
here.
Yeah, just picking Cinderella.
Just stats.
This is awesome to see, though. Because in comparison, I probably would have picked Treasure Hamster first, and then second, yeah, Vizier. So
Yeah. But definitely some upside. I mean, this is a character that if you hit a high roll on a spell in a shop, can really change the game, which is not as much of a thing with the other characters. Hamster, you really got to find those treasures, and sometimes the early treasures just aren't as impactful. A pair, and you can double cast this food spell in the shop.
yeah, it feels pretty good. I think the underrated part about this character is you get like that third mana, right? So 3 mana is basically a little buff on where it is anyway. You're getting to double cast some of these spells, so feels pretty good in both those situations.
And Mimple making sure they get that Moonlight, even though it was a 2 gold sword, so you couldn't buy and keep it for 3-0. Buying the 2 gold sword and selling it for 1 gets you that 1 Moonlight later, which is the only value we're going to get out of that other gold. I guess you could have sold the Shield Page Hank just to clear a shop slot, but now you're clearing the item slot and getting that potential for Moonlight later.
Yeah, that could open you up for a second Moonlight too. You get another 1-drop sword in this next shop when you're just locking for these doggos. So picking up that sword, selling it, picking up the dogs, just same thing. Feels pretty good. But you were saying it I think you were saying it pre-cast that you noticed you're talking to some people that said that board farm boys, some of these farmers early. So we've seen on a couple boards already. These board farm boys pretty high.
Yeah, 1/3 not cleaning up there and doing some damage on 2.1. That's not a spell that you can multicast here because it doesn't affect your shop.
But 2 4/3 dogs going into 3 here. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's a lot of value. We got off of that 1 spell, right? We got +6/+6 spread out over 2 turns on our board. It's a lot of value at this stage of the game. There are it's hard to get a 6-drop, but +6/+6, a 6 health unit, let alone getting that value over 2 turns.
Yeah.
In this early game.
Our enemy is going to be Blizzard as of next turn, though.
Yes, because these are all the things we bought with the bonus stats from that coconut milk will no longer have it going into 3-0. So Blizzard becomes pretty bad. pretty open to getting waived as well. But we'll
Yeah.
see, what we hit on 3.0. Might get our own tech.
Little new you.
Yeah,
Start off 3-0.
new you the shop. Yeah, that 2-1 range unit not going to get it done here. You can see the power of Board Farm Boy plus Cinderella.
So I've been, oh man, I forgot to tell you. I actually wanted to tell you this. That spell that doesn't drain anymore. I've been using this so much on like Pan and like other stuff where like I don't care about what level I am or like anything like that. I just
We,
be ripping that spell off to get gold to keep ripping spells. It's been good times.
we could go for Chameleonaire in the tournament lobby.
Do it, Nip! I'm on mute and start yelling.
Tournament lobby Chameleonaire one time.
I'm interested in this Ori the chameleon, then take the coin. That would have been my. I'm definitely getting a chameleon slay turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Ori probably more. I mean, it has more value in the mid game than this Hansel does. Hansel obviously has more potential at the end of the game.
Well, we have 2 dogs too, so that's going to be much bigger, right?
Yeah, it's going to go up to 9/5. Right, it's +2/+1.
Yeah, so it gets valuing that.
Mm-hmm. Over the Ori giving 2/2 to everything that has items, which is currently only one thing. Opponent has skipped 1 turn and has a 17/17. We have some sunlight though.
Yeah, we do have sunlight.
That like having that sunlight. Like,
oh my goodness! Look at the store.
Oh yeah, there you go. That'll do
the
it.
Full setup, yeah. Oh well, we just got sunlight off the chameleon.
The sunflower is a very underwhelming unit that I never ever want to buy. But there are lots of times where having sunlight is silly.
Like right now.
Like right now, the effect it has on specifically this kind of scaling comp, or even like buying what was it, the Emperor in his new clothes, is like a unit that's like
those
it's okay.
Don't
getting
die,
the sunlight to do the quest is really hard.
Is he worried about those one? Don't they not die because you have the sunlight? Don't they gain the HP first or no? Or do they just get clipped at once?
I think we're gonna find out, but that's why he's got the Crystal Rose in 4, right?
In 4, yeah. But that's what I was wondering. For some reason, I in my head,
it's not picking up or
like
locking for the farmer, which feels a little bit weird. I guess.
Well, you have a different build now. I'm not looking at farmer here at
but
all.
You can do both. You can do both from
Kinda.
here. Like we don't need the Hansel on board, and you could put the Board Farm Boy in 1.
Well, I'm looking for a ranged for the back. I think in this build, right? The sunlight build.
They do not gain the HP first.
Okay, they don't. They just die.
They just die.
Okay, I learned something.
That's a pretty good spell to cast on your shop.
Yep, there's our ranged. 100% what you're looking for here in that 5 slot. So anytime I'm building a sunlight build, it's from this point I'm looking for any more of these lotuses, any more of these trees, and the range to go in 5.
Only casts 1 time because currently our double cast value is 1. It's 0 on level 2, 1 on level 3, 2 on level 4. So we only get the single cast, but picking up 2 units here.
We valued the Board Farm Boy over our pair.
Mm-hmm. The scaling, like the extra stats here is kind of a big deal. And I guess we could hit, I guess there are some 2-drop treasures we really like here.
Yeah, like library. Key
also
library.
Could have sold the coin to keep the pair. I mean, library card, yes. Blizzard ring, also yes. The Moonlight Mushroom, if you like, you're buying it to get an Odette, to get a Swan Princess. Like the Moonlight here, also pretty good. So there were quite a few 2-drop treasures we liked. Heck, even the Sunstone allows you to
take out the sunflower and put it in the front. That's what I was thinking too.
Exactly.
You put it with the lotus in the front and then get yourself blizzards off of plant buys.
Gives you a lot more flexibility. And the opponent's board here just too big to get the slays. We do pop the cat box though, and that's going to give some little things to chip away. But we don't. We do hit the ranged. Ooh,
yeah, what a good hit.
Ooh, that was close. That's not a spell we can cast on our shop. The Milk Woman is here. That does share sunlight.
Yeah, it does.
Which is a nice little HP boost paired with this sunflower.
Yeah, maybe you just play the range in 1, you give up on the swan, you put the farmer in 5, but
Yeah, I mean, you can check their board here first, right? Like, can the swan slay? We bought it last turn, didn't get the slay. If it doesn't get a slay again, it's probably coming out. You know, you're just hoping to cast spells with it, right? Like, it gives you a little bit more shop value. You save a gold on a unit if it's the unit you want to buy. Um,
ooh, we're taking that damage.
there's the bag to go with your milkwoman, if that's the direction you're going. And Mimple's definitely noticing that, right? You see it immediately mousing over that, mousing over the other one. But then
Ah, this is
switching
what I'm
directions
looking
in.
for. I'm looking at tunnel vision, pick up this other lotus, put it in that swan spot, lock for the tree. Maybe just sell for the tree.
Buys the tree first,
Oh,
sell.
I'm in.
Oh, and lightning bolt. Okay.
I like all this.
Do we lock for the crystal rose then?
For
No.
I would, but maybe not. Maybe looking for books or stuff at this point, but I like the crystal rose of what we're doing.
Trying to get a little bit more stats. Really wants that slay on the Swan Princess, but it's going to be tough to make it happen. 11 is just enough to hit three things there.
Nailed it. Yeah, nailed it.
1 health, 1 damage, not there enough.
The only thing that I got scaling that turn were the back 3 units also.
Simple getting some extra scaling there. Mana Ascetism. Give up casting spells this turn to get closer to 5. Pair for a treasure.
That's a big owl. That's what Nimble's saying with that mouse. That is a big owl.
There's the Emperor with the new clothes. If you wanted to try to do that sunlight to get that treasure in a few turns, but opting maybe out of that. Horse Thief, decent scaling. Like the Swan is not getting there, so you want
Correct.
some other frontline unit right now. A book is a frontline unit. The Emperor is still a potential frontline unit, although with the blizzarding you're doing, it's like a little less enticing.
I hope we cast this double blizzard right here. Oh, feels like such value.
Another Milk Woman. You just out of Hansel now? You're out of Board Farm Boy. We just like letting the Board Farm Boy go. You could put Hansel in and sell the Swan.
Yeah, I was pretty all in on that double blizzard. I love that there. Just casting that 2-piece would have been beautiful. We're back with the Hansel.
We've spent 8 gold buying some extra sunlight to double cast.
Hey, we did hit it for that, which is nice. Get some blizzards for next turn.
Get some extra blizzards next turn, yeah. Is it enough to kill a 60-60 owl? And why is there a Melusine on this board on 4-1? Fireball actually scaling us the value. But there's still 60-60 owl. And we did not get through the 60-60 owl. We were about 30 damage short.
Yeah, I think we knew we weren't getting through that owl. I think we were aware of our fate.
Nothing
No
to get
fairies.
a free spell, but you can double cast that on your shop, right? That's still a lot of potential stats if there's anything in the shop you wanted. But opts to double cast it on that instead.
We're on 4-2, so I mean, you're looking at stuff to build into your 5 turn here. I mean, you have a couple pairs already. I'm buying present because I'm reckless and I have an extra mana in this build. I love buying present. Did I tell you that yet?
I've heard.
I buy presents.
You're one of the rare people who's won a game with a present on board.
Upgraded present. Yeah, it was the first thing I did when it came out. I grim twisted one thing, it turned into present, and we're carrying it to the end.
Taking some damage here to put some squeaks on the board.
I mean, it's a good amount of stats for where you're at, right? I guess that's what you're worried about is taking more damage. I feel like everyone has those turns where like you take damage from someone who's like a lot stronger than you, and then you're like, all right, I need stats. Let me get some stuff on this board.
Yeah. And like hard to get into stats from here, like awkwardly. Oh my god, you just take.
Oh god. Okay, that's more stats.
We're just out of scaling.
I guess we're just out of scaling.
I mean, sometimes you just got to be out of the scaling. It's true, but at the same time, we did like 4 damage to ourselves. No, 5 damage. Just 6. 6 damage to ourselves that turn.
Whoa.
Which feels very high risk. We do kill in the right order, so we won't have to deal with this upgraded Romeo sharing all those stats. And it's enough.
And we put someone else in kill range.
Well, they have
Oh,
chrono
they have
crystals.
Chrono.
They
Yeah,
don't
sorry. Pair of
got
4
that.
drops on your 5. Classic.
Would you like to turn any of your characters good now that you have 2 tweaks on board?
No,
Turn your
thank
whole
you.
shop good? Fairy Godmother's here. We haven't really been transformed. I guess we've gotten a few transforms. The Swan's down to 1. The Swan actually might complete the quest here on 5-0. It's
And
trying.
with no stats added, right? It's just chilling.
All right. There's a Sea Witch was
Ooh,
there
4
too.
drop treasure.
There's a treasure. Okay. Going to 14 health, getting a tier 4 treasure. Double caster, maybe? Ravens?
Hunter's Talisman because we're scared.
Insurance talisman? Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to fight synesthesia again. We need that to kill their owl.
See, I like this, but I wish we had something better to cast this.
We're doing to the 4 drop, right? And hoping to get
Yeah.
a triple off these milkwomen.
Yeah, for sure. But I just wish we had something better. Whoa!
No.
Never mind.
Ooh, what are we twisting then?
We're trying to hit one of the 3
I
drops.
guess we have 2 3-drop pairs.
We do have 2. Yeah, we do have 2 3-drop pairs.
Do it
Or
on
the
the
whole
shop.
shop.
Get a 5-drop with bonus stats.
One of the range? No, I'm just kidding.
I would have gotten a 4-drop, but we can
That's
do
all
a
right.
3-drop.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Because that sunflower also already had a bunch of stats on it.
True. I forgot it was getting stats. That's right.
But now we have a very large mysterious Mrs. Holly. And a crystal sage that probably isn't getting a sleigh.
It would have been nice if our swan slayed 1 turn earlier so we could have just grim twisted that and not even thought about it.
Hey, look, there's a 90-90 owl over there.
Oh, everyone has them. Fun. Well, you didn't kill her. Oh, never mind.
Oh, 4 HP. Well, our Snow White Bride of Dracula is getting bigger.
And don't forget, we'd be at 14 without the deal with the devils we've made this turn. Because we made one. We made it early and there.
Mm-hmm.
This swan is rough.
Fusing this. What are we fusing? Miss Holly, right? Miss Holly's the more stats. You fusing that onto the swan to get the sleigh? It's fusing onto the shop. They did fix that now. If you fuse onto the shop, it doesn't eat all of your board to fuse each of the things onto the shop.
Oh, I didn't know it did that. Also, that's cool. I'm playing Wayward Sisters tomorrow. I can't wait to do that.
Big Narcissus, just what we were looking for.
Hooray!
Whenever you're like, man, I need a 5-drop to save me. You know what 5-drop that is? It's Narcissus. He's here to save you.
Oh, why don't I? There's this. It feels like you just take the swan out, you put the puck in. Yeah, it's a 37-17 that does damage afterwards.
Heck, we could have locked for that Narcissus and like bought the puck and the swan.
The moth. Yeah, for sure. That's what I was thinking. Because you get the range too. It's a 39-17 range.
Yep. That then makes the stars do 8 damage instead of 4, which is a big deal. Are we buying? We're at 4 health. We buy the egg.
Oh, true.
You could like buy, sell Roshi, buy egg here is the highest shop value you can
Roshi's
get.
better than Rose, though.
And the swan comes out. We're giving their slot 5 thing stealth, 6 thing, okay. Ordering from biggest to smallest makes sense. Our crystal Rose Enchantress in 7 feels a little weird, but it's just kind of along for the ride, I think. It's an evil unit for our board. The Tailor doesn't get a 2 for once. That's pretty good.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Tie.
Yeah, we'll take the tie all day.
Man, if that wardrobe had been in the shop last turn, that would have been really huge for us.
Yeah, agreed. That would have been sick.
Look, they have a 60-30 Phoenix that's ranged.
And give everything sunlight also.
Yeah. Turning it into a Sun Twig.
Sun Twig build. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm here for it.
Sun Twig. I've played a couple games where I got it on board. It multiplies the sun. We don't see a lot of sunlight comp chat.
Just say what I said. Just say what I said. Sunlight Twig. I don't know what's going on.
Hasn't quite made it to being a meta comp.
If you saw my face, I was intently listening to you because I thought you were about to just rip it out. I'm like, ah, this is what you're going for here, and you're like,
Yeah, no, I've since it got changed to the sunlight synergy. I think I've played one board with light twigs. I've played with the cat a little bit more. Shadow Lord Phoenix, Sun Lord Phoenix, or Shadow Lord Mustang, Sun Lord Mustang. Because it shares its stats to other things, and its sunlight is that it gives the whole board just a bunch of sunlight, which is cool. It's a lot of HP. The twig, though, it like whenever something it attacks that has stealth, it gains some of those stats, and its sunlight is I feel like it's a stat multiplier, but it's small.
does it have specifically something to do with plants also, or just things that have sunlight? What is it?
Yeah, I'd like need to pull up the client here and look at the data on it, because Mimple not mousing over it very often give us that read on it. But it's a large iron will unit. That's why Mimple's running it right now. We're running it in slot 6 because it's the biggest thing we could put back there.
Yeah, meanwhile, we're trying to figure out a build for it.
Phoenix is upgraded. Oh, we got through the Phoenix. Okay. X% of my HP is attack when it's on sunlight. Okay. So you want to stack sunlight on it because the sunlight then shares and becomes attack as well. That makes sense. So it pairs really well with Mustang and with the other sunlight units.
Man, I have to try that then because I build the tree thing and everything's just like 45,000 with 7 defense, and I'm just like,
yeah. There's the Yggdrasil in the shop. That's that'll do it. But we sold our sunflower a long time ago. We don't have sunlight anymore.
Yeah, but we don't need that one. We're looking for Apollos, right? If we're looking for sunlight.
This is a whole shop of random 6 drops.
True.
Well, not quite. 2 of them will be 5 drops, right? There's the 2 3 drops.
Which is also good because we have 5 drops. Do it!
I mean, you're at 3 HP. You need to get saved. Save us, random shop, go. There's Mustang. We still have no sunlight, though, for it. Oberon. We don't have any other royal monsters. Blackbeard, kind of big.
Kind of just the same size as everything else, though.
Mustang sharing some stats here. If you could find like one more stealth thing, maybe it makes sense. We just like spent 6 gold on a unit that has less stats than some of the owls we saw on like 4-1.
True.
A mirror. Mirror's got a lot of stats. Sell some of our small stat things, pick up a mirror.
There's also a second tree there.
You need to sell one more thing for that mirror. It costs 6. Asmodeus in the shop? Yeah, I like that lock for Asmodeus here. Is it enough? Is it enough? Surprise mirror. They didn't know we had it. Oh, they've got some slay synergy. Oh, we sniped the big unit.
The one that
we
slays.
Killed the moon.
Yeah, that's
RNG.
so insane.
Oh, but 2 Taylors. 2 Taylors, no.
Second Taylor got him. We had a line there too to get there. All right, we're gonna pop over to Despo, right?
Yep, let's do it.
This is an interesting board because I'm not gonna lie, this looks like a lot of my boards currently when I'm grinding ladder. It's just like, well, I'm trying to get into stuff. It's all in the front row, and then, well, I'm not really getting into it. Better put these 2 Taylors back here and figure it out as I roll along. Also have this random Sea Witch to go with my 1 Slay unit and my 1 Woman of the Moon. 3rd Taylor's a trap, unless we're looking for something else.
We have the Moonlight to gain Slay. He's overloaded on the Vendi, so he can't swap the items on it.
You can also tell he's not really dedicated to the Slay idea because he has an Ascendant, and if he was, he probably would have ripped it on the Woman of the Moon right off the bat. So I think that's the Woman of the Moon is just like there for now as we figure out the rest of what's going on. We also have a lot of items.
Does that smithy have 1 item on? I think it's got a 1 gold sword on it behind the mosquito, so I think there's 2 items on the smithy. I was like, does it only have 1 item on his smithy? No, I think there's 2.
No, yeah, it's 2. Yeah, you're right. I see it.
I mean, yeah, our Moonlight's at 16 from our Celine. We've bought 17. We've bought a few items.
And now they're going to give us a second Woman of the Moon, naturally.
I mean, you just played on board over. We're just out of Smithy now. Like, I don't
I
think you want to
mean,
do that.
we are dwarf slay scam items with an extra life and an ascendance. So we're doing stuff.
We're giving up our crazy moonlight for this. I mean, the moonlight also matters on Vendi because it's like triggers his ability, right?
Ninja, I swear, I'm sitting here, I'm like, how is this magnifying glass so big? I was like, we have 5 attack. I'm really like, I was like, this makes no sense. And I'm like, oh, Vendi, never mind.
Yeah, Vendi doing Vendi things.
Yeah, I'm sitting here for a while trying to figure it out too.
There's a sunlight moonlight charm that's pretty nice, but like you still like what do you? I mean,
I
it
think you're
goes
looking
well
for
in wood.
dwarfs, right? If you're doing all this,
Are you looking for dwarves? I'm not
dwarfs,
sure.
yeah, with your with Taylor's along for the ride.
This board would make a whole lot of sense if Taylor could slay again. This board, it just makes sense.
Oh,
But
Taylor's so good when it was
but
slaying.
Taylor, oh, big fireball killing multiple units here. Range Wizard of Oz pretty mean, honestly, on
Yeah.
Artemis. But it's not enough. The Taylors are there to clean it up, put the Artemis down to 7. We do have 2. We've been 2 here. Okay, we were Savitri at some point and swapped out again. That's why he's got the upgrade spell and is currently Demeter.
Oh, we're definitely switching out, right?
We get
We're
a tier
taking
7
this.
treasure here. Tier 7 treasure. Spell Reflector
We're mages.
or Doppelganger Diamond.
Doppelganger Diamond's pretty good. We get a 3rd Taylor.
Taylor in 1. That's true. Taylor in 1.
Taylor in 5. Yep. Perfect.
Yep. Goes for Doppelganger Diamond here.
I was memeing. I hope we did. Okay, we are going the.
I'd be probably
the
Doppelganger
dwarf
Diamond, the Sagey, right? Like you put
Yep.
the Sagey in 1, and you get a Sagey in like 1 in the back row, or just out of Sea Witch Ursula, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking for this late. Yeah, we're definitely going to cast
Let's
that too.
swap
I
out
agree with
heroes
you,
again.
Despo. I agree with you, Despo. Let's go. Switch those characters, baby. Ooh, I'd pick
Fusion?
Dionysus. He's actually thinking about it. Hold.
The fusion here is pretty good.
Yeah,
Double
Great Fusion's
casting
pretty good.
spells can also be pretty solid here. You have a lot of stats, like hitting double furnace is a little silly, but goes with the Dio.
Let's go.
Shop save us.
We're just gonna look for upgraded dwarves.
He's doubling the Vendi. That feels
That
weird.
board's scary. I would unironically, after making the joke, still do the Taylor here after looking at that board. I'd put the Taylor in 1, Taylor in 5, and just have tried Taylor carry.
I think it's you put Seiji in 1 here and double Seiji. I don't. The Sea Witch Ursula feels underwhelming.
Or how about we don't use it?
Yeah, we get a Doppelganger Diamond, then don't do it.
Yeah, who needs a second thing? But I'm not one to talk. I do this play all the time. This is one of my favorite plays. The first turn of Doppelganger Diamond is a mulligan for me. It just might as well not exist.
Oh, big Fire Mage here. Will the Taylors live?
And
Fire Mage
that
cleans off the corner.
That was an entrance, not an aura, so we don't mind that one going down in the back. All right, we're using an extra life here.
Yep, 1 HP. Taylor for a tier 6 treasure.
Oh
maybe.
no.
To a slay comp that's symbol of unity and Athena. That's a little bit scary.
Uh-oh.
They are the bigger. We are the small slay comp. They are the big slay comp. It's just like our dwarf items aren't that big, so the Seiji upgrade still feels a little awkward. Like that's what we did,
Yeah.
but like we only have 2 dwarves with items. Like we need a Tempe. Tempe would be really big here. Oh, look, a tier 4 treasure.
Or a Chrono Crystal.
Or a Chrono Crystal.
Rip.
Godmother's Wand? Question mark? Skip. Okay. None of those. They have Nocturne, they have Sea Witch Ursula, they have 100. I mean, I don't think there's any way you can get your front line to be unslayable here by that Hermes, and that is a problem.
Yeah, you have to get lucky and have it hit the shield, right?
Dark Twig is stealth. You can put that in the front to try to force him into hitting something that you want to hit. There's another Seiji here, but like we don't have that much stuff.
It's getting bigger slowly.
But we don't have we just lost our extra life. We don't have time. we're doubling up this Vendy still. I mean, maybe it's double up your Smithy here. Just have two things with shield in the front row.
Two things with shield, yeah, that's not a bad call.
Or I still think the one with Sage is still good.
Like, I'm still going with the original meme of I'm doing the Taylor here. Like, I would have been looking for a go. Ooh,
Circe's cup. Quick, sell two things.
Yeah, you have to. You literally have to. Oh, ew. Are we not going to cup? We're not cupping.
Oh no, lost 4 gold.
Oh no.
That's a tough turn for Despot.
All right, little bit of luck. No sleigh. Nope.
Hermes gets the sleigh. I mean, the Athena's still pretty. Oh, but the woman in the moon. We have Taylors. They have stars though. They have stars.
Yeah, the stars make it rough here.
We're just not gonna have enough HP. All right, we're going to Synesthesia's board. Oh, Synesthesia doesn't have stream up. We'll jump over to who's still in this. Brashi?
Yeah, we'll go Brashi. Let's see what Brashi's cooking with.
Brashi has.
I like the cooking.
The flying Wizard of Oz with ranged, the large Phoenix, and some summons with scam. A little splash of scam there.
Yeah, I think the worst. Oh, these mirrors are worthless versus actually not. They can put them in one. I like the egg.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is two fairly similar comps here. Both kind of evil summon scammy things. Good boys here to save us. Ha 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 ha. No.
I don't know.
Matt for stealth doesn't make much difference.
The pirate didn't look too bad.
We can't make this fire mage. How big is our Oni katana? It's only like 10, right? It's like because the attack isn't that much higher. Okay, we have Oni katana and the Briar shield. We're doing super.
Make the Phoenix evil here, right?
Making Phoenix evil is pretty nice. It's 2 extra evil things for our Dr. Frank.
Or you can make the Wizard of Oz evil, and then you can get lucky and have the thing.
Oh, we could wolf something.
The Dr. Frank. It's not upgraded, which I don't like. Oh, he's putting the egg in it. No.
Does it keep the egg that way?
No, it still goes away.
You've done this before?
Yeah, it once it gets hit, when it's out, it just disappears. It doesn't like reload onto it, I don't think. Unless I'm crazy.
Maybe we'll find out.
We're about to find out. I'm gonna retract my statement, and I'm ready to be wrong.
Mirror here is pretty good for us because they have a 600 in slot 1, and we have 200. Reminder at home: the timer did change for the early turns, but not the late turns. These players are doing an awful lot of thinking to try to calculate what they're doing.
Ooh, no more stats on their board. Now their board looks exactly like ours.
Oh,
man.
1 Frank. That's a lot of sirens, though. But not enough. Not enough sirens.
Yeah, our Phoenix didn't even go down yet.
And Richard Warman eliminated here. Barashi now top 3 with D-Point Bro on another mage comp. Looks very similar to what he was playing in the first game.
Yeah, you're not... it's 1 card different, right? He had a second Acolyte, and he has 1 more Owl, this thing. It was the exact same board, I think.
A very mid-fire mage and some big Akata. Just a mage player.
Yeah.
Through and through.
I feel that. Yeah, it's the same board except for the Acolyte. That's awesome. That is...
He thought we wouldn't notice. He was holding this Akates up his sleeve between games. But we got him. No, that's not how this works, chat.
I didn't cut his deck.
Chair here, right? We're looking at chair maybe to protect our back row, or just more eggs.
Yeah, eggs. That's what we're saving the mana for.
Some moonlight? No, it doesn't really do anything for us. Don't have a mana anymore to buy another Wizard of Oz. A book, an Oberon.
A second Oberon.
Yeah, we did no shooting stars yet. And that's a tier 5 treasure. I guess we have the pair of pirates, so we could get there from here. There's like a path to that. Kind of curious how the first Oberon got here, honestly.
Yeah, probably just new Ewan and stuff like that.
Yeah. Could have been speculative. 4 gold left. Thinking about buying what? The shield?
That's what I was thinking, maybe the shield, but
2 gold
I like
shield.
the Opt Doom roll.
Just the hard doom roll. Ooh, free upgrade spell. Not free though.
Little match girl, roll. Oh no, you're keeping it.
Keeping the upgrade spell here, right? What else would we be keeping here?
I think it's got to be upgrade, but I don't know how much I even like upgrade anything specifically.
We get even more demons. Okay, the egg's there. So we're going to see if it loses the egg permanently when it gets hit, or if the wolf somehow is preserving this egg indefinitely. No value from our teacup this time. No Iron Will because it was summoned. Oh, and then that attacks. Oh, we get the double kill, though. Still not enough.
Yeah, still enough. Those stats are pretty big. Let's pop over to D point. And
D
we'll never
point.
see if the egg's there.
We'll never know, chat. Mysteries
Covered up by a wolf.
Forever. Okay, so we got our top 2 here. D point Bro with this very solid mage build versus...
And a very shiny shop looking for these upgraded Hekates, I'm guessing, right? Oh,
yeah,
free money, free money, free money, free money, free...
No! D point Bro not
I was so excited.
By selling that hot potato. Chad, if you ever have the fairy tale treasure, tier 7, makes your whole shop upgraded. You can buy those potatoes for 2 and sell them for 4. So that's the play there that Moo's referencing that
Free money, yeah.
D point kind of overlooked a little bit, that two extra gold. Pirate there, kind of decent. Lets you extend how many things you can play. And you just double cast a couple of these things, right?
I was going to say the same thing as the last one. I mean, once we find one fusion, it goes around the Fire Mage, but... Or twisting the owls for fun. Turn one of them into a range.
Double attack. Aura Rune there was actually pretty good for the Hekate. Also, it's expensive. Like, you're trying to cast spells, your shops are upgraded already.
Yeah, shop
So
upgraded
maybe...
looking for a Hekate might be my trap there of over picking something like that.
But putting an Aura Rune on the 600, 900 Hekate like gives you a 4-digit unit, which is a big deal. But we haven't seen, I think, what the opponent's running here. Synesthesia is running. Oh,
ooh, we did see this, yeah.
The Athena has like more fully come online now. Yeah,
that's it.
That's going to be too much.
Yep, that is it. That is a giant moon.
That's going to do more than 8 damage. And Synesthesia picks up the win in lobby number 2. D point coming in second.
Yeah, what a good game. That was a crazy board at the end. We only saw that once a couple of rounds ago when we saw that Athena board. We just mentioned it.
Yeah,
but that moon... Yeah, sorry, that moon just jumped to 6K on the first play there, or 3K, then 6K right away. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that looks pretty good. That's going to wrap it up. With no scam on the board, that book already going off, just our stats, we're not going to beat those stats there.
Yeah, we'd seen that board like 3 or 4 turns ago. There was the Athena was unupgraded. It was in slot 7, and it was like a 10-13. I was just like, that's not doing a lot yet. But Synesthesia found a way to put some stats on it, and was more than enough to take over and close out that game. So we'll give you an updated point value when we come back for lobby number 3. But for now, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you on the flip side.
See you in a minute. There should start at 4. All right, welcome back. We're coming into round 3 of this FTF tournament, and it was a pretty good last game. It felt a little bit quicker than that first game. It was a less of a struggle. We'd had some very strong boards pretty early, and kind of just asserting that dominance all over the place. We are going to be following along with D Point this round because you said he's first going into this next round, right?
That's right. So right now, D Point Bro has 13 points. That is first overall. Tied for second, we have Gabby and Synesthesia at 12. Then in fourth, Brashi with 10, Mimple with 9. And then going down from there, we've got Feel Right, Richard Werman, and Despot. So the people that are 9 points or higher, they get a first in this lobby, they're live, right? So if having 9 points means you're one win away from being live. So we have 5 players there that if they get first in this lobby, they will be live. D Point forcing mages working kind of well so far. Got a fourth and a second. So feels like a very top 4 comp, but definitely a little hard to win with, right? Like it's hard to get a true just strictly mage comp over the hill into the 4-digit land and closing out a lobby against some of these other late game boards we're seeing. But it's pretty consistently giving him the stats he needs to make it to that top 4, top 2-ish. Also worth mentioning, D Point and Feel Right are the 2 players that this is their first time playing on day 2 of the tournament. That's the fewest new day 2 players we've ever had, actually. I looked back through all of the previous tournaments, and all of them before, we've had at least 3 players playing on day 2 for the first time. So they're kind of the underdogs here, a little underrepresented. But D Point making the most of it. And currently first place overall, and gets the choice here of Wayward Sisters, Trophy Hunter Leprechaun, or Aladdin, and locking in that Aladdin.
Yeah, I'm surprised our mage lover, he discovered it or hovered it for a second. The sisters, I thought we were going sisters again. I thought we were going to see a second sisters game in this day too. So Aladdin, also a good character, a very good late game capability of making the game just get out of hand for you very early. There's a lot of things where you just, if you get like swords early enough or something early, a 5, 6, 7 drop treasures, it just gets crazy. So
I mean, just getting that third treasure, right? Like,
yeah, sure. I mean,
there are a lot of mage treasures. If you're trying to force mages, you
very
get
good.
A cost reducer in slot
I'm
3.
not thinking hard enough here. Yeah, if we're gonna be forcing mages, very good. If we get a ball in 3 or a hat in 3 or ravens in 3, we're gonna be feeling good early.
And just that extra value being Aladdin, I think like doubling the treasure late is the amazing part of Aladdin, but not to be underrated. Aladdin is a 1x3 hero, so it gives you that extra hero attack in the early game. And if you pick up some of those hero attack spells, you can clean up a lot more with that by 3 attack than most of the other characters can with the kind of more standard attacking twice. Picking up a ranged unit here into Synesthesia. What does Synesthesia got in slot 1?
We're fine.
Also a ranged unit, but only 1 HP. If that's a sheep, black sheep, and it goes first, we take damage there, but Synestesia's got a beast there and probably locked their shop with the cursed rose in it.
I don't know if you noticed, it worked out for us here, but I'm a huge fan of getting 2 units on that turn when you have Devil's Deal, where you can pick up 2 things there. But we chose to take the mouse, roll, and we got a sword in the shop, so worked out pretty nice. I'm interested to see if he locks for this mouse, because it's a 2/2, but I don't know if gonna be worth it.
D Point Bro knows where they're going. They want to cast as many spells now as they can because they're going to buy Hecate's later.
Hey, listen, that Demon's Deal was another spell, and we could have bought the mouse afterwards and still cast that spell, right?
That's true. That's true.
So it would have been the same amount. But I'm surprised they're not locking here, because usually if I see a pair, I'm pretty tunnel vision on Aladdin early, right? Like trying to get that, like you said, anytime you get that third spell in that slot, it gets real.
Mm-hmm. And casting the spell here, the pair, but like maybe just like digging a little bit more to try to find owls. If you like really like forcing mages, and there we go. The Bruni here with those bonus stats on their evil units doing a little bit of damage to the Aladdin early, but now Aladdin going up to 2x3, even though it makes you awkward gold amount. We sell the potato, buy sell sword. Nope, we don't care about moonlight chat. We just care about casting spells.
We're about to get a treasure, and I'm predicting we're finding our key library here. This is a mage player, right? That's going to appear for him.
I mean, what do we buy the owl first, or do we buy
I
the
don't
range
know.
unit for another pair?
I think you're looking for
Or we just
acolyte at
buy
this
this
point.
and buy a 3-drop, because we do have the sword as well. You could buy 3 2-drops on 3-0 to get the owl, the treasure, and the pair. But probably better just to get the treasure and it rolls your shop and you buy a 3-drop.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot of decisions here to make, but like you said, I think D Point has a plan for this mage plan. So I'm wondering if they're even thinking that hard about it. They just might know exactly where they're going here. It could surprise us all. Owl and the mouse. You still have the sword. Buy another owl in the next shop, and then you're setting your basis to start cooking here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Really
even
a lot riding on what to tier 2 treasures. There's a lot of
yeah,
whiffs here.
for sure,
Things that just don't do a lot. Oh, that's a lot of stats.
not
But
enough.
with the 2x3 hero attack, I mean, casting that hero attack spell early.
Oh, you knew it. You knew it. You could feel it. I knew. You felt it.
Does he sell the sword here to buy another 2-drop?
I mean, it seems like value, right?
Yeah,
If you're making this play, it feels like value.
you sell that to buy the other ranged. There's not anything else you can be doing here, right? Yep.
Key
Oops, all
library.
2-drops. It finds another. There's
Sunstone.
Sunstone.
You definitely taking that. It's mana. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
2 extra mana is a lot.
It is. I mean, really, you need a cost reducer. Like, we have so much. The mana is real. You know, the rat on board is another 2 mana. We have so much mana.
Yeah.
Just need I've been locking for. I mean, you're just trying to get treasures, right? You're Aladdin. Picking up the second tier 2 treasure gets you one step closer to tripling any treasure. And you can buy the Princess of Wise and the 2-drop and cast a spell next turn. Like, that's a thing you can do with this shop.
And I think we think our board's too powerful because we're not going to use that sunlight spot. We're going to give our opponent a chance here.
That's true. Moving. Oh, there we go.
Oh no, we're ready. We're ready.
Owl in the sun. Wouldn't want to put a ranged unit there. Blizzard isn't real. It can't hurt us.
Oh, well, it hurt them. That was a
Squire Roshi here doing a lot of work.
Oh.
And 3x3, not quite enough.
But hey, second treasure. I'm pretty hyped to where this is going. We also have another pair of them in the shop.
Bippity boppity?
If we had a
Plus
cost
hero
reducer,
attack, okay.
it's so good.
3x4, it's build your own toy dino.
I
Build your own toy dino day in the day 2 of the tournament.
think they're
Cast that spell.
rolling. Wow.
Okay, we're buying another rat.
It is a spell.
You can't cast that on anything that you care about. The fact there's no evil thing in the shop. You literally can't cast that spell.
Yeah, uncastable here.
All right, we're buying a rat. Don't what? Bought an egg. But you could have cast another spell. The rat. I guess he wants a little bit more tempo here.
Yeah, need something to not take damage, I'm guessing, or at least get to the point where your 3x4 attack is doing something.
Yeah, it's just a rental unit, right? It's going to 7x3. It's going to go down to a 2/1 next turn because it's going to get KO'd here. We don't have enough other stats to protect it.
I don't think I've ever done it, but can those second eggs level or upgrade together?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Maybe production can tell us if you can upgrade by having eggshells and normal eggs. I think most of the things do that now. I know they recently patched it so that Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde can triple.
Yeah, I saw that on accident the other day.
Regardless of which one, how many of them are flipped. But I'm not sure if eggshells will triple with eggs. That would be a little bit weird because would it upgrade into an upgraded eggshell or an egg? It'd probably restore it to being an upgraded egg. Okay, 3x4 hero attack, definitely not enough there. Didn't like that shop. Present?
Oh yeah, it seems like a present.
More hero attack.
Oh, that's
Strange
okay.
Holly actually is solid hit here.
Does it still the egg pick up the 2-drop ranged?
We're just playing like way below tempo right now.
Yeah.
The hero attack's like almost enough, but clearly isn't enough.
We didn't have anything in the sunspot last turn either.
Okay, we we have 4 extra mana and nothing. This is like an Icarus board, but we're Aladdin. Like we're on 3. You probably want the Mysterious Mrs. Holly in the back. It dying before the range unit's pretty brutal in terms of stat loss.
Yeah, just anything to get the staff in the sunlight too.
Yeah. We're fighting an Ares. I mean, I might put the Mysterious Miss Holly and the Owl in the back. Just have the 15 attack thing eat the hero attacks.
Yeah, be your wall in the front, and then at least you get your range shot off almost no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, 4x4 is a lot. Let's check their board. 4x4 clean. Ooh, it's going to be tough. Like, it takes. Their back row takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots to clean up their back rows. You have to hit something back there. That's a 26-25 beast. I don't think that we're tying this fight either. Back row has too much health, and that beast in the front's just going to eat literally all of our units.
Yeah, the beast could do it by itself. You're right.
Down to 9 already. Tough lobby here for D Point. You got some choice of some range units, a Celine for some Moonlight. What are we looking for? A book? Some Sunlight? I mean, this guy Doom Roll. This is a Doom Roller after your heart, man. I
You're
don't know how
right.
to tell.
You're right for sure. I mean, I do some pretty legendary doom rolls too.
But we're on 4-0 and we have 5 units on board.
Yeah, I would have been buying. I think for the last 2 turns, I would have been on the buying anything plan just to put on board.
Yeah,
because then you could doom roll after that and look for your stuff. But when you have nothing on board, your doom rolling it hits different.
like if we had a pair, it would make a little more sense just trying to get that third triple for the treasure. But like we don't even have that other pair right now. A 7-5. Yeah, we're swapping that front.
Put it in the sunlight.
Yeah, there you go. D Point, new to day 2 of the tournament. Only played 30 ladder games this season, so probably just not as. There's a lot of the stuff that grinders like you and some of these other players like immediately notice that maybe he just like hasn't encountered the situation before. But yeah, seeing that little sunlight in the bottom right corner, put Miss Holly over there, has 9 HP, might dodge this parrot attack.
Yeah, if it didn't get too much attack.
But we'll see. You mousing over it, you see the sunlight, you got the treasure. Nope, the treasure. That's just a mana treasure move. It doesn't give any stats.
As a mage player, I feel. Yeah, I agree. I'm in. Give me my extra mana. That's all I came here for.
Oh, Owls moved to the back, and it's still 7 though. Oh, 7, 4x5 was enough that time. Okay, we get the cleanup. We get a book. If you roll again here, you can't buy a 4-drop. We got our own crab. You're rolling and buying a 2-drop? All right.
No, yep. No. Give me the sword. No, yep. Hell yeah. No, yep.
See the sparkles. See the sparkles. It's sparkling.
Yeah, sword time, baby. Yeah, I'm definitely putting that other range in the back too. I'm going for anything here. I mean, I guess in the front it doesn't matter, but sometimes it gets awkward when you keep the stealth range unit in 4 because you can get to the point where it has to be attacked in the front line, right? So I try to not keep it in 4. I usually keep it in 2 or something like that if I'm going to keep the that guy in the front.
Yeah. Putting it in 3 here makes a lot of sense. Just moving the Gretel over the Hansel over one spot, so that your biggest unit, the 23-23, is going before it, but like it increases the odds you get that stealth ranged hit from your crab. Also, we still could be scooting that owl over into 7 for 2 extra HP on board, but we'll see if D Point can stabilize here. It's fighting an Artemis. That's going to be a little bit tough. That range unit 1, usually they have a large range unit in 1. And if that picks off, for example, our Snow White Dracula, we'll be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. If it gets rid of not book, all we would like to hit is book. We ask you, please, just hit the book, move along.
I mean, it might even be put the owl in the front and the crab in the back, just to try to avoid, because putting a stealth unit in the front increases the odds their slot 1 unit is hitting your Snow White Bride of Dracula here, which is bad. Putting an owl up there to just eat the shot because it's just a 6/6, probably a little bit safer. Moves the crab over 1 spot. That's kind of the split the difference here. To get that range attack 1 sooner. Oh, it's a chameleon. We might stuff it. Oh, we kill the chameleon first. Okay. Hero attack's going to be enough to clean this up.
So a lot of these other boards seem pretty weak for what they are right now too, and D Point's really moving by on this, giving them a couple turns really to recover. If anyone had some stats on the board, it would have been really rough to get past any of these rounds, but looking good here.
Yeah, I mean, the 5x4 hero tag, right? He's cast the hero tag spell twice. It was on awkward turns too. He cast that instead of buying units
Yeah.
on the 4 gold turn and like on 3.1. Just like cast it at really awkward times, but having both of those and getting this extra hero attack treasure, it's squeaking him by. And now full board. We
We're
made it.
getting aggressively unlucky on spells. I will say that. The last 3 or 4 spells was like draining, something you don't want to cast, and draining again is just like
Yeah. Picks up the fairy in a bottle. That's some stats. You put it, in 4, try to get it to go onto a ranged unit in the back. It makes sense.
Did we check the other board yet? What are we playing against?
We have not checked the data list board yet.
Okay,
D-Point generally like makes all of his plays and then like as the timer gets low, like looks at their board and then does final positioning.
Same.
Which for those of you that are aspiring tournament players, I highly recommend checking opponent's board before making any decisions for your turn, especially when you're at low HP and you like need to play strongest board or think about like how the fight is likely to go. Obviously, you're in the turn 4 turns. They're probably adding 1 or 2 4-drops to their board. So it's not going to be exact, but like knowing what their biggest unit was, where it was positioned, how many range they have, those sorts of things can affect how you're going to spend your resources on your turn.
Yeah, so I just learned about something about myself as a player. I only do that when I'm scared. So like I'm at below 15 health. I start going, okay, how do I beat this board pre-buy stage? Like, but if I'm chilling, I make my play, look at their board, and I'm like, all right, we're good to go. We're cooking.
We get a wave here that's some value, but not a lot. But the hero attacks me enough to clean this up.
Oh, just enough.
Just enough.
That's
Apollo's a mage.
Yeah, we can cast some spells.
Nope, we're just going to pick up 2 succubuses. We're going into scam. We don't have a Hecate, so that means we're behind. We need scam units.
Yes, and to be fair, if we just happen to hit another anything and get this 5-drop treasure in slot 3, we'll be pretty happy too.
Yeah. I mean, there's Gretel in the shop that like is a thing. You could also sell 2 things to cast the spell here. Wouldn't be surprised to see D-Point do that. Like the range unit sword or the 2 units off the bench.
They're good units. One's a mage though. That might be hard to part with.
They're both mages.
Oh, true. I forgot that Miss Holly's a mage.
Actually, both mages.
Miss Holly does not look like a mage.
That's very ageist of you.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It gives like George Washington's wife making the flag vibes, like from all the books as a kid.
Yeah. But she did that with magic.
Oh, it's a magic flag. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scale Miss Holly one of these days just because I learned it was a mage today. I'm gonna get it with a rose and just put it on the bench and just let that thing grow.
Yeah, I mean it's worth if you're doing crystal rose enchantress things, it's worth like keeping around and then eventually it can become a fusion or something.
Yeah, I don't know why I have this real problem with fusing stuff that's just attack. I don't know why. Like I feel like I don't want it. I'm just like I'm good. Maybe it's like Star Child or Oberon or something like that. I get it.
Or Fire Mage.
Okay, there's a list of things. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Okay.
There are less situations where you'd want to fuse a 60-10 than there are where you'd want to fuse like
60s,
a 30
40. Yeah, 30 40 for sure. That's probably my limit too. Anything below 30, I'm probably not fusing. You tell me all the time, like, oh, I'm fusing. No, I'm good. Like,
yeah, sometimes you just need the stats. And converting bench stats into board stats is good, even if it's not quite as much as you'd like. Oh, we apple their biggest unit.
That feels good.
I mean, they still have 1 more, but
doesn't matter now.
Yep, just enough.
Because all we're looking for is ties.
Are we de-leveling now? We are. Okay, we're gonna stay on 5.
We just ripped that.
Mm-hmm. We have sunlight.
Are we just looking for our 3rd treasure? Is that what's going on here?
I think so. Scam unit.
I thought we were picking up Taylor. We went over to the new U. I was like, either I'm in.
We can't get enough attack on it yet to have it actually
Well,
kill.
we have 15 gold. I have faith.
Ah, we can cast that spell. Cast it on a 4-drop in the shop. Might turn into succubus. No. Go first spell. Okay.
All right.
Apollo's still a mage, but we don't like him.
Treasure. Treasure. We're locked in. Oh, Frank time.
We casting that spell?
No, we're Franking.
Nope. No Frank.
Book
Okay,
is better
monster
than
book.
the other thing there, yeah.
Monster book. Okay. Yep.
And then we're gonna get rewarded. Yep.
There we go.
I could feel it.
Double
He's
Merlin
gonna
Bolt of
cast spells. I
Chaos.
knew it. I would never pick this here. I could already feel it. I'm ready.
This is about. I mean, the stats here might have been better. Chat might have +8, +2 to the board. Might have been a little higher value, but casting some random spells is fun.
Now we have faith we're gonna be alive for a while. So
we're scaling.
Yeah. 2 5-drops here. I don't know what he was looking at with these twigs, but he
I
did
think
pick
we
it up.
want the owl in the back. We have the monster book in 2, but maybe not. Maybe owl up front. We haven't checked the Sovereignty's board yet. They're probably in dwarves, but you never know.
Yeah, true. You really
Lobby's
do
on
never know.
5-1 here. We de-leveled this turn. Lobby's on 5-1, so they've had 2 turns to find potentially Tempe's or Smithies. Those are the main things dwarf players are looking for on 5. But we have jammed mages and found a spell treasure, and a lot of weight riding on these 2 random spells. A lot. Well, 4, I guess, with the monster book. 4 random spells to rule them all.
I'm ready. I like it. Little Gamba live on this day 2. Only thing that would make this better is another monster book.
Solid Slay Comp. We got some Sunlight and a 1 Blizzard, and our next 2 spells are another Blizzard and Food Stats. Oh, hits the range.
That was insane. That was actually nuts.
And we get the cleanup with the 6x4 hero attack. Another mage? No.
Yeah, put in that spot. Hanson. No. I called him Hanson.
Celery tea. You put it in the front and you put both succubuses in the back?
You know, you put the owl in the bag now, I guess, for now. I like both succubus in the back, though, too.
Another 3-drop treasure? XP?
Get back to 6.
Some stats? Go into Slay on 5-2? I don't think so. A 23-23. We're not super attached to any of these treasures. There are some good mage treasures on 3. You could go back for a 3-drop pair.
If the problem is if we use that XP spell, we won't have mana next turn. I think that's a deal breaker.
Hecate doesn't cost mana.
True.
Oh, we'll only be on 5-2 next turn. We're not even going to 6 yet. Matt is a mage. Is Matt the mage that we're looking for? Yes. Yeah, 23-23 over 12-3 range. I could see it. Although the 12-3 range keeps scaling. That fireball not doing much here into this fluffs board. That is, but we have 2 succubuses, which should really help. It might even be Matt the succubus instead of Matt the cup here.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Or
just put cup in 1, both succubus in the back, and then you could Matt the cup in 1, and then we'll have both succubuses to try to clean up.
Yeah. Because teacup not as good into fluffs as succubus is.
Yeah, it might be okay to start.
You could also, yeah, let's see. You can map the ranged. Yeah, it'd be nice if fireball helped here, but it doesn't. I mean, it still kind of could because we're gonna cast a bunch of random spells first.
True, gonna be apple one of them.
Yeah. But we're just rolling the dice again. Random spells. K-go.
Fluffs are kind of big.
There's
wow. They did both for us. Cool.
Apple into fireball. Pretty good.
Yeah, why don't we just have both happen?
This is going to be enough to get the tie.
We were never worried. I just want to put that out there. We were never worried.
There's a free spell. We like free spells? No, we don't like
no,
free
we don't.
Spells. Get out of here, free spells. 4 mana. We don't want your free spells or to buy us 1 gold sword.
Yeah, what if we have to buy 4 succubus? See?
Okay, so you have another succubus, yeah. And a fusion.
No fusion. I'm not fusing anything here.
The 2020 owl. Harp
We're
not
cat?
active. What do we? Garlic surprise. Okay.
Why isn't
Random,
hard active though? I was gonna say, what's the oh, it's the
one
5
random
drops.
spell, and now it's 31 by 6. That'll help stabilize things probably. I expect. Go first spell. It's free. Okay, now we're casting free spells. We're below half our
We're
money. And
back.
we got free spells now.
We do have some
We
evil
have
stuff.
4 monsters. That would be the 5th monster. Present. Okay, spell? Nope, didn't like that one. We sell the Melusine to cast a wave.
Oh no.
Look at their
It's a
board.
monster.
Yeah,
We have
I
to
don't
keep
think,
it.
I don't think the waves changed anything here. You could hold off on that, probably. Keep the gold? Nope. Okay.
What if they got shield this turn?
That's true. It could make a big difference if they got shield this turn. Now that we only have 1 succubus, I think succubus in the back makes more sense. You can put your monster book in 1 and put just like the 23, 23, and 4. I think that gives you a little bit more stability, especially with them having multiple stealth units in the front. They had 2 big crabs. Your succubus just isn't going to hit those.
And 2 people out of this lobby, Devoid's really surviving.
Yeah. I mean, finding a way, right?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do.
Like there are optimal ways to play, and there are ways that are good enough.
Hey,
And-
thanks.
And you can walk that line sometimes. Took some damage early, but got his hero attack up.
Because
Got some treasures.
at this point, right, you pick up a demon and you pick up a Dr. Frank and you just have a board, right? You just take out the 3 drop and the 2 drop, and all of a sudden your board looks kind of real.
That's true. Opponent will have had a chance to buy those 6 drops, and we haven't. And they're doing actual stealth things.
Yeah, this is actual stealth things. Combined with hunting.
And another tie. Brashi has that chrono crystal as well.
We just tied someone who had doubled up elemental swords, by the way. Just want to point that out.
Mhm.
That's crazy. That's a lot of stats.
It is.
Oh, there's a mirror.
But we don't like mirrors. We want Hecates.
Cringe. No, we're at, I think the mages broke our heart and we left. We're looking for Dr. Franks for sure.
We'll see. We've only ever seen D Point Bro. I think Fire Mage and Hecate are the only 6 drops we've ever seen on D Point Bro's board.
No, I'm ready. This is it. There's your Taylor. Pick it up.
Free spell? Free spell?
If he picks up the Sakate, I'm just going to never question you ever again in my life.
Production letting us know that Brashi, who's in this lobby, was the
Amazing.
was the
That's awesome.
The supporter through the not GoFundMe, the Kickstarter that supported this game by giving some money to help do development, and got the art for Shadowlord Mustang. Is Shadowlord Mustang is Brashi's cat, so it might be a personal favorite of his to try to go to that comp.
Listen, when I'm getting destroyed next week because I'm picking too many Franks, I hope I get that same producer note. He has 11 Franks. The symbol of unity seems to be working.
It's Frank. I feel like if Frank is based off your dog, you might want to get your dog to the vet.
He's looking great. All right, so we did pick up the Kate, and I'm sorry, Ninja. Okay, I can say that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
You were right. Our 28 owl isn't stopping anything. We were doom rolling a Kate the whole time. Also, Hecate and 4, book in 1, Succubus in 5. I didn't see the board though. I was laughing too hard. I should probably have looked at the board when he looked at it. Wasn't it scam?
We have 32 by 6 to clean up whatever it is. So Hecate's got lots of room to grow here. I also was using Shadowlord Mustang as my avatar for a while, so thank you, Brashi, for supporting the game and also getting that art in there. It was a really good one, although I've recently changed to one of the cat choir cats, because it while it is another supporter of the game's cat, looks very much like one of my cats. I have an all black cat that looks like one of the cat choir cats, all black short hair. But
Cat
now
choir
we've
cat.
got D Point Burrow into synesthesia. Synesthesia, some magnifying glasses, and a Dr. Frank. The stars. Oh, it's going to be hard to clean this up with hero attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, gets
Oh,
there.
hard? What'd you say? Never worried for a
Another
second?
Hecate.
Immediately rewarded with our other Hecate?
Pick up Hecate and Dr. Frank. Have less evil units. Okay.
Well, Hecate is purple.
Yeah.
In my head, that's an
art is
evil
purple,
unit.
The border is not. Oh, some more hero attack? Yes. No. Maybe so.
I don't know.
How are you turning that down? If you do
Yeah.
roll here, you can't buy the Hecate anyways. You might as well cast it.
Oh, yeah, we don't have an item to sell. You're right.
Mm-hmm. I mean, D Point might go down units to triple Hecate here. You could get Doppelganger Diamond, right?
Yeah, and then you're
actually
much
down
stronger. True.
But I think it's the hero attack spell here, then roll once. You also you could sell 3 things here for the Wizard of Oz. It's a mage. They had some stuff in their back row you might want to snipe first. So you can make a case for that as well. Hecate's in the back row also feels weird. You might want to move the Succubus and Matt to the back. But then you might there's
There it is.
Asmodeus.
Yeah, Asmodeus is huge, I think.
That makes this make more sense, but not enough sense.
But there's a spell?
Sell 2 things. Bye-bye, Owl. I think it's Teacup and Matt to the back. They have something in the back that you would want to... I think there's a Frank back there, a Dr. Frank, right?
But you
So
need all your evil
Teacup
stuff to
and
die here. If your evil stuff doesn't die, you don't get what you want, right?
That's true. Maybe it's... Monster, but I just feel like
Well,
we've created a conundrum, right? Having
Yeah.
the 2 Hecates be our big units, but wanting to summon...
I'd
things out
put
of Dr. Frank.
Teacup in 1, Matt in 2, Hecate in 3, and then Teacup in 5, and the other Hecate in 6. You have 1 in 1. 1 in the front, 1 in the back.
Yeah. Because the Teacup in the front doesn't matter, so you could do Teacup 5.
Yep. But I think the Teacup does matter. He's a pirate. That's why I'd keep it in 1. He's 2 pirates. The one that boosts stuff from the hand, and he has the summon pirate.
Okay.
So Teacup in 1, and then Succubus to try to clean up in the back. Yeah, if you hit either of these center 2 pirates with Teacup, it's just pretty big value.
Nope, we hit slot 4. Lightning bolts aren't enough. We get 2 mirrors. 7 by bunch. Oh, just not enough. Oh, 1 HP knocked out.
That was a ride. Nice 4th place finish. We're going to pop over to Richard.
All right, up to Richard Werman.
And like I said, we have the summoned food comp going on here. So pretty interesting, actually. A lot of times when I'm playing food, I'm avoiding the pirates part of it because you generally want the stuff on board gaining food stats. But I guess you don't care about that and you got this cooking. You're looking, this is something a little different.
Yeah, if it's your Long John Silver getting the food stats, that's also giving the food stats to your hand, right? So
Yep.
you can split the difference on that pretty reasonably.
And you have a bunch of high-level books, and you're playing Sisters and Vizier.
Stack of pancakes there, giving permanent preserve to the Milkwoman.
Feels good.
Pretty nice as well, helping it scale with the porridge pot.
Whole shop. Let's go.
We are, yeah, there you go. It immediately goes to 12.
Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. It's the same thing when you're ripping through spell reflectors.
Oh, gets the triple of that. Checking which items you want on it first. There we go. Put 2 books onto the Milkwoman. Because we're going to cast even more fried eggs here.
Never going to use manic.
Pumpkin, not that good here. You know what actually would have been really sick there? Is the one that scales your items.
But yeah, so you can move them around.
So, like, not even that, though, because, like, having them on the Milkwoman, if you get the other one, the prize pumpkin to go with it, or a bag, having the items scale themselves and the bag
we'll pass for those
pretty sick.
stats. Yeah, true.
Because it gives the book gives the items to the unit innately, and then the treasure gives the unit the stats also to the book and to another item. So it works really well with this Milkwoman comp.
That's cool. I'm learning something new here myself. Why aren't we putting something else in one?
Because we're summoning all the things.
Okay.
I mean, he's got a rescue runner in his hand, right? So he only wants 6 units on board.
Oh, I didn't see the rescue runner.
He just skipped fight.
Wow.
Skip fight. Got him. All right, we're out. Top 2. A interesting Stars Garlic Surprise Dr. Frank comp. You want to go first 4 times? Nope, just twice.
You sure?
Stack of pancakes here. Insane.
More stacks of pancakes?
I mean, she's got to be at 100% preserve now.
Yeah. I mean, look at the thing, too. It's crazy. That feels really good, huh?
Yeah. Just some Vizier Jafar value. Good Boy is here to save us.
With the double cast from the sisters.
You just need to turn this Long John Silver good, and then you could do some extra silly stuff with that. But it's still pretty solid as is. You also could Phoenix here.
Yeah, it's a lot of stats. Especially if you summon out of the hand.
Yeah, but we really need to triple up that rescue runner first, right? Be able to summon the Mermage and the Phoenix.
True.
It's a little awkward, but like
I like Phoenix here though, especially with that how big that Milkwoman is.
I wonder if he's like deliberately not buying an item to get that extra treasure. There's the Good Boy. Okay. Yeah, it's big.
It's huge.
Hardworking Milkwoman's been working hard this game, Chad. That is undisputable.
And now we get to cast. Oh my God! Do you see our free coin too? Beautiful.
And a coconut. Even more food stats. No. Oh, more pancakes.
Oh my God!
Check the
Pancakes
preserve percent on that
list.
Check the preserve percent on the Milkwoman. It's got to be 100.
It is because he sold the pot. Yeah.
He doesn't need the porch pot anymore. He's trying to get there this turn. Oh, he gets the pirate instead. Okay.
Oh, because he gets 2 more fried eggs. Yeah, perfect.
He can get the triple next turn.
Yeah, seemed pretty good there.
Milkwoman comp into just kind of a grab bag of stats. Oh, big fire mage, but not big enough. That fire mage is not going. Oh, it does killing the Guinevere is kind of a big deal, but it's going to come down to these scam units, right? Mirror whiffs. Second Dr. Frank. Oh, hits the Good Boy. If he hits the Fool here, loses a lot of stats, still not going to be enough, but I don't think it's going to be not a tie. 135 by 3 on Synesthesia. A lot of hero attack.
About to pick up a 6-drop treasure.
Could get Doppelganger Diamond here.
Oh my God.
Okay, there you go.
Definitely gets Doppelganger Diamond here.
We don't need to save that money anymore. Many pancakes. Doubling up the Good Boy makes sense. We're kind of rearranging the whole board to get that Good Boy into that slot.
Infinite eggs.
Can we get a fried egg tracker?
Yeah.
Added.
You just rip the cup here and call it a turn?
I think so. Like the opponent's at 7, right? Cersei's cup here is the biggest potential to just blow them out. Like you're ahead on stats anyways. Fusion, no. More pancakes. No. Kind of wants that pirate, I think, but you can't sell anything for it to cast the spell. Fireball doesn't do much here. Actually, it does. There's a Dr. Frank at 6 health. We're double fireballing.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Is he trying to protect that from the fire mage? That's what he's thinking about here, right? If the
I think so.
Off. But I think, yeah, because you really want 2 things for the Good Boy to buff. Because one thing Good Boy buffing is very vulnerable to scam. But like the fire mage can't kill the Guinevere and the fisherman and the flounder. So you should always have 2 backline units here left when one of your 600 Good Boys gets knocked out. And buffing your summon shade. I guess the Long John Silver could still buff that. I mean, it's kind of vulnerable to, yeah, you get extra stats in there to avoid
If that
dying too.
doesn't die, though, the problem is that Milkwoman's not going to go up to 1,000.
That's true. Because you have a lot of food stats on there and it's an upgraded fisherman flounder.
Yeah,
Double fireball here, though,
doing
quite
work.
good. They do get a
And that worked
mirror
out,
on
yep.
our hardworking milkwoman slot.
But not before it went up to 1,000.
Did he have a boost rune on his cat?
I don't know.
I think he did. He took the, like, just for stats, because he had the boost rune on the Watson before. We still have more things coming out of that pirate.
Yeah. GG's.
Richard Werman bouncing back after a couple tough lobbies to get a first place in lobby number 3.
Yeah, showing the power of Milkwoman there. Honestly, that thing was going off once we finally got over to this board and checked it out. And that double mage hero was probably helping a lot there. Cast a lot of those fried eggs. One of my favorite things to do when I get that upgraded pirate and I'm trying to cast spells is, rip out fried eggs, double caster style. But if you have a hero that does it, it's nice too.
Yep.
I think we're about to take a minute
He was
break. When we
cooking,
get
literally.
I missed my chance. I think we're about to take a minute break. When we get back, we'll update you guys on those points and we'll see if anyone's live yet. So we'll catch you in a minute, guys. Welcome back. We are getting to this next round of the tournament, and there's a lot of possibilities for people to set themselves up for live. I think Ninja's going to get in that. I think we have one person live right now, right?
We do. We're following Synesthesia right now. Synesthesia is live, has 20 points. We have a few people that are close. D Point at 18. Just needed one more point last round to be live. Brashi at 17. Richard Werman at 15 off of that win. And a few other people a little further away. Gabby at 13. Mimple and Feel at 9. And Despot at 7. But that means everybody at 9 or more off of a win in this lobby would be live going to the next lobby. We could have as many as 6 players live in lobby number 4 if Synesthesia does not close it out here. So a lot of room for things to open up, a lot of possibilities. Synesthesia has previously come in second and third in a tournament, trying to complete that trifecta, get one of each medal, get that first victory in the tournament. But a lot of other players here, obviously still very good and fighting for that top finish.
Yeah, so just so you can put it in perspective, when we did the 7-rounder, I think there were 6 people live. So after this round, if there were 6 people live this early, it'd be pretty impressive. And you always say it, as long as someone's getting first who's not live, the tournament can't end. So all you gotta do is get first, and you can make yourself live eventually. You'll be good to go.
Yep. Everybody is at most 3 wins in a row away from winning the whole thing. You win 3 in a row, you won the whole thing. It doesn't matter what happened up to that point. So might take a little bit of luck, a little bit of something special, but it's there. It's possible, just to close it out that way.
That's what I'll be thinking next month when I have 3 points going into round 4.
Just got to win these next 3 in a row.
Listen, all I got to do is shoot off a little MooMalow magic, and we're getting 3 wins in a row here. We cooking.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, D Point Bro's been representing pretty well for the new players. Almost 1 point away from being live going into this lobby, being his first time on day 2. Synesthesia, quite a few day 2 appearances before. In fact, the most veteran day 2 player we have here today. This is their 7th time on day 2. So that's over half of the monthly tournaments. Synesthesia's been here on day 2. We've had 13 of them so far. So we're making it to this one now, over half of them. The other veteran player, Gabby, 6 day 2s, 2 first places in the last 2 months. So it'd be wise of these other players to try to close this out before Gabby can go live. Gabby is quite the finisher once you let Gabby get up to those 19 points.
Yeah, dangerous, and only needs 6, I think is what you said, right? For
currently 6 away, so that'd be a top 3 finish.
Yep, yeah. So that's definitely in the realm of possibilities, as we've seen from these last couple tournaments alone. So, we'll be ready to see. Do we want to hop down to Broshi?
Yeah, let's hop down to Broshi's stream. Synesthesia's have a little bit of trouble keeping their stream up and going, but Broshi here looks like it's a little more stable. So Broshi currently in second, 17 points, third, not quite live. D Point Bro in second at 18, but we've been watching D Point a couple times, so we'll get a chance.
The Mage Master himself.
Yeah, the Hecate and Friends deck player, D Point. But if there's a comp that's good in the meta, and you're the kind of player that forces that comp, you can do well in that meta. I think last month we saw that from a couple players. If you've ever played on the ladder and seen Oski, who just missed the cut for day 2, you know exactly what you see Oski in the lobby on turn 1. You know what Oski's board's going to look like on 6-2. And it's going to be terrifying.
Yeah.
So
you better have some teacups. You better have some backline disruption.
Yeah. So if you see D Point in your lobby, you know where D Point's going. There's going to be Hecates. There's going to be some mages. Maybe a sprinkle of scam in there with it.
We will be casting spells.
Just be ready for that. But yeah, if the meta favors you. Last month, one of our good friends, Alleging Tuna, made day 2 pretty much exclusively forcing Swan Slay. You pick up some owls or some mages with a swan princess, and riding that all the way into day 2. If you've got a comp that you like and it works, you can try to make it happen. A little higher variance if you don't find the pieces you need for that specific comp. But a lot of these mid to late game comps, you're like looking for specific stuff, and if you doom roll hard enough, you probably find it.
Honestly, it's really good that you know about this stuff because I really don't know much about doom rolling and or forcing comps. So sharing your insight on these things is really good as a good boy player yourself, as
Yeah,
a tunnel vision. I mean, unless the meta changes. It's
yeah.
mostly
Well, a couple patches ago, we cast the tournament, and then it was just all Draculas all the time.
yeah.
That was kind of the comp. My top unit was Duelist, and there was a lot of Dracula and other scammy things mixed in with that. But now we're back to my OG ways. Some good boy Merlin stuff. A little harder to mix in the not the five
Oberon.
drops. It's
Oh
not
no, no.
Oberon. No, my brain almost went there, but it's not. It's the five drop sunlight. It starts with an A.
You
I'll
talking
get there
about
eventually.
the plant mage?
Chad, I have
Apollo.
a 2-year-old.
Apollo.
Anyways, Apollo. Thank you. I do start with
Yeah,
an A.
yeah.
We were right there.
Yep, yep. When you said
Yeah,
start with an A, I feel like I got stuck on it for a second.
Apollo. My top three used to be Good Boy, Apollo, and Merlin. Haven't really got back to Apollo since the changes to that, so you can't stack the sunlight earlier, even though the sunlight does stack up faster once you have him now. Um, but been playing a little less Apollo, but Good Boy Merlin still really fun, and then you can mix in a lot of other stuff with that. There's a lot of ways to give your Good Boy stats. Food is really strong right now. The magnifying glasses are still quite strong. That last game we saw that was a milk woman, and then he just picked up a Good Boy, and voila, I was a 500 Good Boy.
Voila, yeah, and like you said, I mean, all those things are just good with Good Boy. So at the end of the day, it's just pretty solid all around. Any of those things. I mean, even making Taylor's good in your back and with Good Boy is a pretty brutal thing. One of my favorite comps on Dame, just 3 Taylors in the back, bunch of Good Boys in front, and just let the rest play out.
Yep. No, we haven't seen much Dame in the tournament, even though I feel like it is a strong character in current meta. I guess we see a lot of fire mages still, which makes Dame a little bit more awkward. But you can still work around that. Chair exists. Um, Stealth orbs exist. You can do some stuff to mess with players that are doing fire mages. Um, but we should have a lobby up here pretty soon.
I
Let's see
remember
what
when
other.
Fire. Oh, sorry. I remember when Fire Mage was like a lot more, not a lot more played, but I feel like it was in a lot or on a lot more boards back in the day. And I'd always be trying to figure out some clever stealth way to protect my Frank summons in the way back corner.
Yeah. Some stealth orbs. You like stealth orb the Dr. Frank in 7, and then you like put a pirate in for where your Taylor is in 5, and you're just like, haha, like there's no way that like the fire mage makes my comp better now.
Mine was Pirate in 1, Pirate in 5, upgraded Matt in the front with Demon in 3, and another Taylor in 2, and then all
There
the
you go.
summons in 6 and 7.
Yeah, fire mage is going to hit slot 1. It's gonna just kill
It's
the
gonna get
pirates, and
0
then I got
value.
Taylors there.
Yeah.
Got him.
Every time.
Haven't seen quite as much. I mean, we see a lot less mats now. Stealth comp is a little bit in a weirder spot. We did. I mean, D Point picked up a mat in that one game and was
Yeah.
using it to cover his teacup, but we see a little less mat now. Now that the stealth comp is really more of a sunlight comp than it is a true stealth comp. Getting that stealth number higher doesn't really do much for you, and mat's just not that high of a stat unit. So we see a little less mat these days than we used to.
The
Just
high
because
value match for me usually on my boards come from like Demon in the front because it's just not great in the back. And if you can keep like a pirate to summon a Dr. Frank and your stat guy in the back, it feels much better than having to keep that demon in the
yeah,
back. You can get your summons early just off of that. It's pretty nice. But
yeah.
yeah, besides that, it's just like feels like a utility thing for me at this point with Matt.
Mhm. Nope, it's a defensive utility tool and not a kind of comp builder in a
Yeah,
sense.
I'm hiding.
Mhm. He's hiding a chat. All right, we've got 5 players in the new lobby. Richard, D Point, Field, Gabby. So we're waiting on a couple people. Other things. This is the first time in a tournament we've ever had first place on the async and first place on the sync leaderboard in the day 2 of the monthly tournament.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. I didn't know who the first place in sync was, but obviously I've been looking pretty close with Richard that I've been grinding this month. So good to see
Yeah.
him play. Good to see some, He's very on top of it with a lot of these deeper builds, which I am not. To be fair, like I just learned the Uther Star Child build probably on live 4 days ago, and it was
Oh
probably
yeah,
the first
yeah.
time it was
Luther, and you
successful
put
for
all the
me.
moths up front, your Star Child's in the back.
Yep. Yeah.
Moth,
So
and Guinevere up front.
I feel
Makes
like
them.
I've been told to play that so many times. I'm like, ah, nah, and I just roll away. But then this time it worked out pretty well, so I learned that. I'm still not as versed on the milkwoman builds, but I mean, I
Mhm.
don't know if I really get into that often. Like, I have to be, I don't know, either given it early or have like some hero attack going or something first, where I'm like, okay, I can identify that I'm playing this. But some of these other players seem to take it pretty high priority, play it
Mhm.
right away, get it going, like kind of prioritize getting it going.
Yeah, it's a medium-ish Iron Will unit when you pick it up built on 4.0 or 4.1, and then there's a lot of ways to give it stats, and it's a stat sharing unit, right? It gives the stats to everything in front of it. Good Boy, when it dies, gives stats to up to 3 good units. Milkwoman gives the stats to everything that happens to be in front of it during a fight, which is usually at least 2 things, but you get some pirates, it's more than 2 things. You get a Good Boy or an Arthur, it's more than 2 things. So there's a lot of ways to turn Milkwoman stats and multiply that into a lot of other units. So and there aren't a lot of other 4 drops that do that. So it becomes kind of one of the better things to scale on 4 and 5 that then can turn into comps in the late game. Whereas most other comps, you're kind of waiting for the 5s or 6s to like start doing that.
Yeah, it makes a
So
lot of sense. And I feel like maybe at that point in the game, I'm doing different stuff, so maybe I overlook it. But I try to get back on track and figure out some. I usually after watching a lot of people play it, I try to figure it out more. So
yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of the boost builds ever. Actually, I feel like maybe the first couple tournaments we did together, we saw some of them mixed in with some pretty high stat stuff, like Good Boy mixed in all that stuff, Arthur's. But I guess the last couple tournaments, I haven't seen much of that. What do you think the reasoning is?
I mean, we see a lot of fire mages right now, and that's pretty rough for boost comp. Also, boost comp like more vulnerable than a lot of other comps to the like teacup and stuff. That like you're gonna like face that late game. People are gonna be casting Cersei's cup, and like if they hit your Uther, you just like your whole board just crumbles in on itself.
Yeah, true.
You just like it recalculates all the stats, and you see all the numbers going down.
Yeah, it's like
It
when
does
you hit
not.
the evil lord and all your evil stuff's back to 2 all of a sudden, you're just like,
Yeah,
"Oh, no."
that doesn't feel good. So I think that maybe those are part of it. It's also a comp that like it takes a lot of upgraded 6 drops to like really be a thing.
Yeah, to really make those numbers crazy.
Yeah, because you need like multiple upgraded Guinevere's. I mean, really, the comp also like it's a comp that it keeps scaling really well with adding pieces
Yeah.
but not adding stats. And so other comps you can like add stats, you can fusion things, you can cast spells and stuff. That comp doesn't really matter, but that comp keeps scaling with money. And so if you have a lot of money or free upgrades like a fairy tale, that comp makes more sense. You're adding units to the board that improve it and also boost runes, aura runes, the super boost rings, alliance bands. Like those are the things that make that comp really good. And
Yeah.
so, but you can't find alliance rings or boost runes or Guinevere's until 6. So
Yeah.
it's a comp that you have to like. I think we saw more of it honestly when the meta was a little more XP heavy because people would get to 6 faster and then start putting that together, and it was strong enough if you were 2 XP up on the lobby that like your partial boost comp could tie with the 5.0 comps or 5.1 comps and allow you to like spend your money to build the full comp out. But it's really hard to build from scratch.
Yeah,
And
I
like,
feel like you just connected a bunch of stuff there for me too, because I was thinking yesterday why summons is so good right now, and a lot of it came down to it's good early, and then you can keep buying more and more stuff to make it better as you go along. Like you can be in pure cats, going to demon right back, and all of a sudden you're in Doctor Frank. Then you're buying those runes at the end too to keep making it stronger and stronger. But in the
yeah,
beginning, it carries itself very nicely too. So
yeah. And it's a comp that like you can put stats onto things in that comp and it still like makes a difference. Like if you add
ooh,
100
Data
100 to
game.
something in a boost comp, it just doesn't really matter most of the time. But adding 100 to like a Taylor in your summons comp or an Oberon if you get shooting stars, like
Yeah,
it makes a
true.
big difference.
Actually,
And so
yeah.
there's like more like the comps that we see more of are comps where like there's more lines from wherever you are in the game. There are more lines to a winning position,
Yeah.
and boost comp, once you like start going down that road, it like there's like a little bit of an off road for like stars or like an Arthur or Good Boy, like kind of like going from boost into boost and stats, but like really you're just like tunneling a few specific things,
Did
and
you
it
see
makes
the
it
T? Did you
harder.
see the tease game there where they picked Daedalus and went in and looked like they were going to cast the 1-drop spell for attack on one and then quit the game? I was like, oh, never mind.
I think we lost somebody in that lobby, so they're going to remake your chat.
Yeah.
But yeah, so boost is it's a thing, but it's hard to get into, and it's an expensive comp um, relative to the other ones in terms of like what each piece costs and what it adds to the board. And like Milkwoman is a way to get there, but also other things. And so like I think that's one of the reasons Milkwoman is so strong right now. I think kind of wrapping back around, like Milkwoman is a piece that is a 4-drop that plays into that boost comp. It plays into pirate summon comp. It plays into scam comp. It plays into, I mean, just anything where you're just like summoning things in front of it. It's a lot of stats.
Yeah. Even when we saw summoning the mermage in front of it from that pirate drop too. So it even goes a little bit further.
Yeah. You know, even if you're putting like, you know, if you were in like, if you ended up like finding a shop that had like a cat bottle and an Una in it, you could like, that plays with a Milkwoman. Like you just put the cat ball in front and it's huge and it's summoning things, and the Una, like you summon more cats in front of it because it's the biggest individual boost you can get, right? If you're making your Milkwoman big, anything you put in front of it's big.
Giant.
And so you put more stuff in front of it, or you put stuff in front of it that shows the stats. Like I could see you very easily, you know, a week from now with some board that's like evil Milkwoman.
I'm already thinking about it. I was like, I was just gonna go into that.
And a Frank and 7, like even if you can't turn her evil, just putting like a cat box in front of her.
I swear I was waiting for you to finish so I could say, I'm already cooking up my head over here how we can get this going with Frank.
So I think
that's that extra step I keep seeing all these competitors missing, you know, not bringing it to that last step of getting Frank in there. You get Symbol of Unity, it's just easy.
It's just one more way to share the stats, right? Like the Milkwoman gives the stats to the other things, those things die, it gives the stats to Frank. That's why we like the Good Boy Frank hybrid comps when you can get into them. It's just one more way to share all those wonderful stats with the team.
Yeah, it's like a big ladder. The good boy gives the stats to the good stuff. The good stuff gives the stuff to the other stuff. Simple Unity ties it all together. Yeah, exactly. All right, a little bit more interesting pick here. Cricket, we talked about a couple weeks ago being pretty strong, and I'm not going to lie here. Out of everything here, I might just pick Cricket myself. This might be the option where Cricket is my friend.
Yeah. Broshi here, I mean, choose
right. Broshi, let's go.
I don't know that I've found a case where I'm like, man, playing Medea would be good here. Like I know it's strong.
Medea.
I understand that it's strong. And also, like, maybe it's like you've got like a Hecate's staff and like a Rose Enchantress with a Slay multiplier, so you can make stuff cheap. And then you could be like chain casting HP spells or something. I don't know. It just feels very situational.
Yeah. We have an owl here. We can force the mages.
Yeah, you can take owl here and lock the spell with the frog in the shop, or you can take the frog first. It doesn't really matter. They're both 1/1s until you cast the spell.
Yeah. You got a free sword.
All right, we've got a frog with a sword. Get him.
Now he can only hold his music with one hand.
Don't recommend singing in sword fighting, chat. It's a bad combination.
Yeah, you get too cocky and all of a sudden you're getting, you know, it's over.
Ooh, speaking of getting too cocky, the 5 attack, we lose our free HP prevention right there.
Yeah, quick. But hey, we got rid of it early. Now we don't got to think about it anymore. You know, we're good to go. We can buy anything we want.
Cast any demon deals, Hellhound Squeaks.
Mulligan, round 1.
And we didn't take damage. So, you know, 3 health saved there. No, 2 health. 2 health saved? 3. So their level plus the number of units. So 3 health saved there would be at 29. You love to see it.
Yeah, I feel like I never use these go first spells until like it's almost too late, like emergency situations. I'm like, oh no, I'm not doing so hot. Better use these go first spells so I can give myself an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, you could like. All right, so there's a little bit of value here of just like casting it to give the owl stats, but like not a lot of value, and you'd rather get like another owl and an acolyte before you like cast it just
Yeah,
for stats.
free spells
Um, Also, I think you and I both like it's a great chameleon enabler.
for sure. I'm always down
Synesthesia
for
of the
some go first
Sphinx.
then. Oh, really? I was expecting the cat and the squire and the Master Roshi.
Yeah, Squire Roshi plus Sleeping Miso would
But
have
we
been
got a
pretty strong
plan.
here. But
2-5 in the back is pretty annoying with a bunch of 6 and 5s in front. At this
yeah,
point of
this
the
is
game.
still a beast plus a royal, so you're advancing towards a treasure. And maybe it's still enough stats because you have the other. I mean, we're playing against a Bruni. It's hard to have enough stats to fight a Bruni on this turn.
Yeah, or the next couple turns to be fair.
Yeah. But we do have a 5/5 and the 6. Like we have a lot of attack, which trades well into Bruni. But I wouldn't be surprised if we lost one of the health off the Cursed Rose here. Checking
Yeah.
all the water. Gabby into Cat. There's another Singing Prince.
Double mouse.
Richard Werman with a Murchie playing some Pan.
He's playing some reverse parrot over there.
Mm-hmm.
Keep parrot in hand.
Thank you, Broshi, for lobby checking for us. Yeah, we saw some similarity across those boards, right? Some board farm boys, some Roshi plus Cat, and some Singing Princes. Seem like the early pickups a lot of people are leaning into right now.
And that's a big cat in the back.
If only we'd taken more damage, this Snow White Bride of Dracula would be kind of big.
True. Wombo with our hero ability.
It'd be a 6/6 if we hadn't prevented that damage on turn one. We'd pick up a royal here. This is pick up the Snow White Bride of Dracula anyways. Like I could. Consti is in a rough spot these days.
Yeah, I agree.
7/7 it's like good stats for 3, but it is very hard to use it well. And with the changes to the Vampire Dagger giving stealing less HP, it's been a little harder to get into dagger comps. I mean, maybe if there was a dagger in this shop, he picks up the Consti and locks for it, but speculatively, it's generally less desirable line to try to force.
Yeah, if we had the cat, the Misu from last turn, it would have been nice. But I mean, we're still 2 into the quest. We could pick up a Matrushka doll. I'll be pretty happy. But I don't think we're worried about the rose or getting this into be a good prince.
We'd love to get a cat box here. That'd be really good with these 2 Squire Roshis.
Yeah, and the beast.
Yeah, that advances kind of all the things we're trying to do right now. But the 2 Squire Roshis they're enablers. They can help with a lot of stuff. 2 4-damage stars is just enough to force the tide, destroy the Cursed Rose.
Ooh, the royal picked it right away.
Do we gain HP? I mean, you probably pick up the Miso here, even though it doesn't finish the quest. You gain a life, pick up Miso. Gaining a life's awkward. It makes your Snow White Bride of Dracula smaller. So you roll it away. There's a royal. 2 royals. We get Snow White instead.
You think it's Snow White?
I think it's Snow White. Oh, Princess of Wise. Okay.
Doll. Yes.
Yeah, we Adventurer doesn't have any long-term value. We got the 2 spells. We got the sword. We already prevented the damage. So yeah, Matryoshka doll makes a lot of sense here. We'll get to swap out on 5/0. No, 4 turns on 4/2. Get to swap out and see a new hero.
Sell the beast, sell the 2-drop, pick up the spell, put it on your unyielding, take the sword, put it on something.
It's pretty spicy.
Yeah, you know me.
I think we do that if we'd done Snow White instead of doing the Princess of Wise, because then that's like a new that like gives us quest progress.
Ooh, sell the owl, sell the Roshi. I like where you're thinking.
I think Broshi's taking a longer term view of this and saving the extra gold for future turns.
Yeah, it makes more sense. But I'm just trying to get it spicy.
Yeah, you could also lock here. Like that spell is pretty high value, but I don't know that we think that we're winning fights anytime soon.
I think we're winning this one.
By 1 HP. Richard probably has something in his hand that he's buffing with that parrot.
There's a
I
cat box
guess
over there.
he's missing some stuff. A cat box, you say? Cat box and a pirate? No, no cat box. Okay.
Gift.
Interesting.
Gift.
You could gift and wave here.
Gift, heal, and wave.
You like working on another 2-drop treasure? Start buying like cheap royals? I don't know. That doesn't do much anymore. I mean, he still gains health, but
yeah, but not
pretty underwhelming.
Relevant. Gift.
Future vision.
It's time. We're gifting. No, we're not. I guess that does tick that down too.
I might have sold the sword there and kept the owl, but it's not that big of a difference. Because the owl would be going to a 3/3. Like after 2 more spells, the owl replaces the singing prince on board. I guess we have a couple other royals. Maybe it takes 4 spells. And at that point, we're probably playing something else anyways. Feeling a little jealous. Broshi feeling a little jealous here. Didn't get to flip his prince, but someone else did.
We were using it just for the stats for a couple turns.
Lock for future vision? So that when you mature, you're on 5?
You didn't get your Fisher King?
He's thinking about something there, but I'm not sure that's where Broshi wants to be going. Wave here, almost amazing, but not quite.
I'm going to make a statement. I think Feel likes fluffs. In most of these games, I've seen some fluffs on that board.
I mean, we've talked about if a comp is good, you can try to force it. I'm just not sure that fluffs are that good.
It's crazy, too, because on the one game where we checked in with him, he was, I think, on turn 4 and had like 2 red fluffs, 2 green fluffs, but they didn't have any stats yet. So he had to have like pretty much buffed them all that turn, or didn't play them. And I was just like, wow, he's. And then by the end, he was in third with huge fluffs, but it was pretty cool.
No, been struggling a little bit today, but I'm
selling here.
Hits it out of the park for a crazy fluff comp. This time gets first. Feel would be live after this lobby at 9 points right now.
I'm selling here for sure. I'm selling that 3-drop in the hand and that sword, casting that spell on the unyielding and kicking it.
That parrot though, pretty devastating. If it hits either of the things behind your Rapunzel, you lose a lot of Rapunzel.
No,
stats.
not that. No, my unyielding in the back. The homie in the back.
Oh yeah. Does it get him out of range? Is 8 points, 8 health enough?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Not sure that's quite enough value.
Oh, we're doing it. Oh, we're doing something else.
We're getting a sleigh mermaid?
It dodges the owl, right?
No Snow White quest?
That's crazy. What? Let's see what treasure. All right. 3/5 is probably better than the 6. Maybe he's just trying to kill the owl with the 6.
I might have sold the beast there to cast the wave, but I would have checked their board again. Wave here was okay. Not great. Beast tanks the hit though. The plan. We're scaling. Oh, it gets 2 hits. And now we are
Fisher King. It would have worked. It would have worked. The future vision would have been so based.
We're buying a Romeo on 4/1.
We're royals.
We're trying to get another beast treasure. We need more tier 2 treasures, chat.
I wonder what one we're looking for.
The 17.5 range is pretty good. Nope, not good enough. Maybe we go back for it. You think about going fishing here? Moonlight Charm also pretty good for what we're doing. Nope, we're waving. Just one great wave. Some extra stats for our Princess of Wise. Soften stuff up so we can get these sleighs.
Yeah, Fisher King was a pretty solid switch into too. That's a pretty nice one.
I mean, the Singing Prince is doing a lot of value now. We have 7 royals on board.
What we're really hoping for is that we can pair up one of these 3 drops and either hit a Mimic or a Bean, so this Fisher King really pops off.
Yeah, we got two turns to put that together to get something better than just a vanilla 5. Hey, look,
Must be
there's the
nice.
Apollo we were talking about
Yep,
earlier.
has an
Yeah,
Apollo.
on 4. Yeah, had it on 4-0. That's a lot of evil stat auras out of Gabby. Chrono Crystal. Yep. Mimple. Let's see. The Richard struggling a little bit on Pan, but that's kind of common. Like, it's hard to cast the spells early. You don't have much of a hero power until this range of the game, where you get like 3 or 4 shot buffs and start buying bigger units. We'll see if they turn around. Didn't see many spell casting units on that board. No Crystal Roses, just the 1 Jekyll. Soften up with the wave. We get 1 sleigh.
We got 2
We're
slaves.
not going to get to. Yeah, we're not going to get back around to get the double.
Oh yeah, sorry for that one. Nothing catching our eyes here. There we go. A little bit of luck. Oh,
Beans or Mimic? Would rather have the 6 or the doubled 5? The
I think
hard
the 6.
choice.
I think the 6. The 6 just gets silly, especially when you're at 29 health. You can just like go into that. What is it? You get to pick a random 7. The 7 could be lamp into 2 more turns, and all of a
We
sudden
hear
you're
you,
just out of
Bershi.
control.
This is a hard choice. Goes with the 6.
I like it.
Can't, but now you're limited. Like, you can't. If you take the beans, you can skip treasures. If you take the mimic, you can skip treasures, but you take beans, you can't. So he
Wait,
can't
is
buy another roll.
furniture? Is gift of furniture? No, right?
I actually don't know what present is type 1. I assume it's furniture. Otherwise, it wouldn't have. Does it have no type? It's just neutral.
Neutral present box. I don't know.
He moused over it really fast there. You can't buy the roll. You can't do it. You lose your beans. I think that's probably the case for Mimic there. Is that
And you
it
get a
doesn't,
potato here, though.
it doesn't,
Feels
it
good.
doesn't mean you throw the rest of this turn. I mean,
Yeah, you
can
take
wave.
potato and you would have been good to go. Yeah, I guess you didn't really throw anything. You're fine.
Yeah.
I think the 6-drop treasure just can be way more impactful to win the game.
Like, imagine like doubled up cat altar or shooting stars or
Yeah, very good.
like there are some 5s that are like
that are really good. Yeah.
that are really good too.
Yeah, well, we could get Hurricane.
we could get Hurricane.
Yeah, I'm
we
ready.
would not be happy about it. Princess of Wise not big enough to get the sleigh here. Oh, with the spell it would have been.
We
Neither
hold
one
our
of
own
these
versus
teams have much of
Apollo.
a backline. So end up being a tie here. Merlin's Lessons, you say?
We did get Piece of
Piece of
Infinity.
Infinity? Yeah, it's pretty early. Merlin's Lessons, I don't think it's Scarf. I mean, Scabbard is also kind of interesting and enables you to buy some stuff to get upgraded, but I think it's Merlin's Lessons or Piece of Infinity. Just depends on if you want to try to go mages or not. There's a few mages in there, not a lot of them. Takes the Piece of Infinity.
I think it's safer.
Just stats. Atlantis. Okay.
Uh-oh.
We might get to see a Triton comp?
I think we might.
Might get to see a Triton comp, chat. That's pretty fun. Our beasts, our monsters are royals, and our royals are monsters. That makes let's see. Tanuki would be pretty good here.
On
Scales all
5-0.
of our stuff. It's still probably enough. Like, it doesn't take many slaves for it to make kind of a difference. There's a selling your quest units to pick up that guy. What? I think we
Listen.
should have sold Romeo instead. But like, okay,
Let him cook.
he needs to get.
I would have sold
3
the
more quest
sword.
units. Yeah, that too. That's also. We sold 1 quest unit, so we need to get 3 more quest units to get this tier 5 treasure.
I've never popped that.
I've done it a couple times. You kind of have to throw a fight to pop it, so it's like not good if you're not ahead.
Throw a fight to pop it.
Yeah, because like playing 7 quest units on board is rarely your strongest board, right? You're usually
Yeah,
like
makes sense.
throwing some stuff on the board that doesn't really belong there just to finish the quest. Oh, 1 HP lives to get that sleigh. That's huge. But this cat box is also kind of huge. That Oni Katana giving like plus 20 attack at this point.
Oomph. That was the first roll damage we took, though.
Taking a bit of a hit. Ravens?
Seems like value.
Yep. Slams the hero attack spell, which is totally behind that.
I wonder what it's looking for at this point.
Magnifying glasses are good. We're looking for on 5. Yeah, Kiev is good. What other 5-drop royals are you really looking for? I mean, some sunlight would be nice to like advance your print your Emperor quest. Because like completing more quests is good for this comp. So like sunlight would be good. Kiev is good. Uther might be a direction you might pick up an Uther here. It's kind of speculative, but like not bad.
Yeah, might as well just have it, and you're doom rolling anyway.
Yeah. Arsenal? I don't know. You calling
Free
it
spell.
Here? Sea Witch Ursula is a royal monster. We're doing slay things.
I think, bro, agreed with you.
Yeah. It's not just that your royals are monsters, it's also your monsters are royals, so you can work that both directions.
Yeah, I didn't really get that at first, and then I bought something and saw it tick down on the beast, and I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah. Works well with beasts. We're going to be getting a lot of beast treasures. I mean, really missing that we couldn't flip this beast into a good beast. It'd be probably in the 50-ish range right now. We got fireball, but it doesn't matter. It would have been really nice if we could have fireballed them with that Taylor and the Frank in the back. We hit the Taylor, though. That sets up the tie here.
Yeah.
Pretty good into
Our
Despot's
slot 1 is giant enough to live.
Yep. That crown, I might have picked up that crown there. It's 15-15 now, and it's going to keep getting bigger. It's a lot of stats. But, I mean, higher value things like getting more slay triggers here, also good. You just bench the other Princess of Wise and play one in the front.
I like that.
There's also a fusion here. I don't think... You've got a 23-23 on your bench. Melusine, that is a royal monster.
It's both already.
And now it's both again, chat. But like we didn't pick up the other Sea Witch?
R2, M2.
We skip here. Why didn't we pick up? I guess it's still 3 slays. It's more than 3 slays, right? Because you need the mermaid behind it for it to insta-proc. Unless you can do something else, get another slay trigger here.
Yeah, I'd have to roll and find something.
The positioning is awkward, though, because what Bershon wants is to have the Giga Chad buffing the Melusine, but to have the Giga Chad buffing that and have the Rapunzel being supported by 2 units makes the positioning super weird.
All right, I like it.
Up to 11 by 2. Yeah. But now your Melusine's not going to insta-proc. I think that I'd play a little bit weaker this turn to get the treasure. Because I don't think you're staying in this long term.
Well, you're going into 6, and if you grab a Triton, you're in it long term.
Yeah, I guess, but like, are you... Melusine still just feels awkward here. Like, we're deliberately playing our bigger units later to try to get this Melusine, and we're going to have to do that twice. Oh, Richard's got 2 fairy in the bottles, but they're not that big yet.
We hit.
Is there a world we get back around? Oh, I
There
think
was
there
a
was a world
world.
where we got back
Yeah.
around and got another sleigh there.
It wasn't this one, but there was one.
Yeah. 1 gold sword? There you go.
6-drop royal put on the board. Nope.
1818 on the crown now, but still passing that up.
Crown is obviously cringe.
There's Arthur. Arthur's pretty good here. But it is awkward. And part of that is because we can't mention this Melusine because we want the treasure because we didn't triple slay last turn. Do we get the other Giga Chad?
I think that's what he's looking
Camelot? Camelot's on 5. Kiev, yep. You do want that Kiev. I feel ya. We're just out of the mermaid?
No, we sell the Percival, right?
I mean, they're both equally bad here. Percival's actually a quest character, which has more upside with the Arthur. Because Arthur can buff Percival if you complete the quest. We're also like no closer to having 7 quest characters than we were when we bought it.
True.
I think it's
And we sold one to buy it.
Yeah, I think it's that mermaid. I think she's the weakest link here. Nope, he goes with selling the Percival. Do we swap 2 and 3?
Yeah,
I
and
guess
give
you
it the ring.
you want the Arthur to die and buff the Rapunzel.
I
That's
forget
why
that
you
it does that.
That's why you run the Arthur before it.
But I'd give it the ring, though, for sure.
Yes, because that's sharing stats more ways. The ring on her is just less. Oh, he's like checking the breakpoints. Is 32 enough? You definitely want the Rapunzel's Prince buffing Rapunzel to keep making her quest go up because you are doing quests. Nope. Okay, we're leaving Rapunzel on 2. I mean, she's probably coming out next turn anyway. I mean, she's really big. It's hard to bench her, but like she is one of the weaker units on board going forward. The food. Oh, he gets the
What a
sleigh.
sleigh.
Oh man, what a beautiful series of events. But now the Iron Will unit hits our ranged first. Super awkward for us, putting us down to 13.
We just needed to hit that other unit and we were fine.
There's
Ooh, Camelot.
That's what we were looking for. Sticks with. I mean, we don't have any monsters left, but like still looking for Triton, I guess, is why you would keep the Atlantis here. Because you were getting value from Ravens.
We're looking for Merlin now.
Merlin or Triton, right, are the 2 big ones. Sir Lancelot, it's gonna be hard. I mean, you put the ring on it, it might get to 50. 50's 4 hits to trigger. Thinking about it really hard. You're at 13 health. You still have your 2 go first spells. You got that going for you.
I forgot about those.
Yeah, they're still sitting down there. Haven't had much occasion for that yet. Might have used, like, maybe one of those last round would have been good.
Yeah, true, to get the sleigh or at least guarantee
try to
it.
increase the odds of your Melusine slaying. There's another Arthur. All right. I think you just benched the Melusine, right? Oh, there's the Triton. You found both of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We definitely wave here because it's a bunch of damage. Do we lock for the upgrade spell for Triton?
No, you lock for the other Arthur.
And the upgrade spell for Triton.
I'm just going to trust you with that one.
Triton scales really well with the upgrade, and like then putting a second Triton on board becomes nuts because the Moonlights stack, and you get the double waves. I would cast the go first spell here first. That seems pretty important to like throw this wave before they can kill your Triton. Maybe Broshi forgot that he has those go first spells. They've just been chilling in the bottom corner the whole time.
Yeah, I did, for real. I wasn't even kidding. I was like, oh, you're right.
But like going first is now a much bigger deal than it has on any previous turn. Like, it just kills that fire mage if you go first. Like, what? I don't know that you want to leave that to chance. If they go first, you're gonna lose 2 backline units that you could have just won the fight.
Yeah, I agree with you here.
I think he's just locked in. Hasn't.
I think he's hyped.
Thinking about it, yeah. He's so excited to see this wave. Like, you'd kill the Hermes would still go first. Oh, we're waving once anyways. Yeah, the wave once was enough, I guess. Many waves later.
Oh, we don't get to slay with the princess.
So we're not guaranteed a wave this time. There's the upgrade spell. Arthur. Another spell. Slaying School. Oh.
Slaying School?
Yep, that's a royal monster. Do we go first this time? Only one play. He's fighting a ghost this time. Maybe you don't care about it against the ghost. Man, this lobby, there are 3 people at 13 to 20 and 4 people that somehow have stayed alive. I mean, probably lost the Chrono Crystal off that board. Also probably lost their Chrono Crystal. Like, if you've got a Chrono Crystal 1 HP, the odds are it's because you lost the Chrono Crystal, right?
That's what I generally do.
It's more likely that happened than that you went to exactly 1 HP and still have the Chrono Crystal.
That's the dream.
Yes, to extend it even 1 more. But Bershi gets to get a ghost fight here with his, kind of slay royals board.
Yeah, this will be good. Nice. If he gets a book for the Kiev too, it might start getting pretty nice too with this attacking with the Triton, right?
Yes, book does help scale that pretty well. Another Triton would be huge. The book for the Kiev would be huge. An entrance rune for Triton, the Party Popper, is really big because then you double the Moonlight on it.
Oh, the waves are going to hurt here.
They don't have an Oberon. They're going to make a lot of stars, but they're little stars. So probably okay. Maybe you do need to cast the Gopher spell into this ghost so you don't get your Triton teacupped.
Yeah, that'd be a little annoying. I think you're fine, though, no matter what with the stats, honestly. Like, you're getting to that point with these Arthurs.
Are you fine, though? Like, look at... Wait, that's not who we're fighting. Never mind.
Okay.
That was a different board. He's checking somebody else's board. I was like, that's kind of scary.
Are you fine, though?
How did that person with that upgraded Dracula, this summon board, lose? Like, wait a second. No, we're fighting someone else that's got like a Rose Enchantress on board. He like briefly moused over it. Less scared of this Ghost Toy Dino than of that other evil summons comp. D point barely made it to 6, didn't get a Hecate.
Oh, rip. He had a bunch of other mages though.
Melusine gets a slay. Value. 16 more slays to another treasure.
No, only 8. You're getting 2 there.
Crown's 24 now. Put that on the Kiev.
Yeah, I guess the key would be the best thing for that.
There's another Triton that comes in. Welcome to the team. Princess of Wise out. No second Triton. Interesting. Good boy. No good boy. Demon Lord Asmodeus is a royal demon, and the squeaks are also demons. And also royals. If you can make them summon in front of Kiev, Kiev will shoot things when they kill your squeaks.
That's awesome. I'm so jealous I never thought of that.
That will also trigger Triton waves.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But kind of awkward on this. Like, I think...
Hey, that's an upgrade to everything.
You'd just rather have 3 supports in the back line. And Merlin's a really good one to get here.
I agree. No. Yes. No. Yes.
I mean, I don't...
I know, I'm kidding.
But you probably want to move the ranged ones to the left.
Yeah, put that one at 7.
But I could see that. Kind of surprised he didn't pick up another Triton. I think a second Triton here is better than that Princess of Wise. But
yeah, change hero time.
That and the Beast. We're not going to complete any more. Oh no, Rings out. Keeping the Beast. double spell.
Weird.
Leprechaun. I think Morgan Artemis. Okay, and then switch Arthur over. That makes sense. All right, now do we cast the go first spell?
No, we save them until the last plays of the game.
Okay. We're at 13.
Going first with Artemis? Where's the value in that?
What his mouse got close to the go first spell.
Oh, we ripped it.
It happened. It happened, chat. He's been saving those all game for this moment. This moment right now. We're going to go first, cast that wave, clear their whole front line.
This Piece of Infinity's been going for a while.
Yes. We've gained it's 4/4 a turn. So it's triggered 6 times. I think, based off what the beast's stats are.
Yeah, true.
We've gotten 24/24 on the stuff that's been here the whole time. Flying Tailor? No. Oh, they also cast a go first spell. No.
We should
At
have
least they hit
cast
the least
2.
important thing. They hit the least important thing in the back row.
Look at these waves, though. They're crushing the front row.
Yeah, and because they attacked the back row, right? This Triton has been safe this whole time.
Yep. Oh, that got upgraded too. Nice.
Bruni down to 9 HP.
What are we upgrading?
Arthur?
Yeah, no, Merlin.
Merlin? No, nothing. If we had the second Triton, we'd mash that on the second Triton easy.
Oh, look at all these boards we love waving.
Yeah, we don't care about your chair. We're not back protector. We're not trying to hit the back row. We're just trying to kill the front row. Wait,
all these are great.
Why did he look at them and say they have a back protector and then cast Lightning Bolt? I'm so confused. Now you can't buy the Merlin. Why are we... I mean, the Lightning Bolt does a lot of damage, but they have a back protector. I don't know why you Lightning Bolt back protector. That's fine. We'll see how it plays out. But I'm sad we can't buy that Merlin.
Yeah, I guess we could have just ripped a wave because we had one from the Slayer from Princess.
I mean, we still had a lot of gold left to see other shops and spells.
Hey, upgrade.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. Hey, a pair of upgrade. And we could have cast our wave.
We could if we had the mana. I don't think you go first spell here.
So wait, if you're Medea, is it good to get into the Triton build, right? And keep casting these draining combat spells?
It takes your health. I don't know.
I'll be eating stuff.
Yeah. Maybe? Be able to cast multiple waves from the shop with the Princess of Wise? Medea, Princess of Wise synergy?
Medea, Princess of Wise.
I don't know. I still just wish we had a second Triton.
We almost did.
I know. The 2 waves, the extra moonlight. That fairy in a bottle got a lot bigger. They triple waved us and did less damage than our single wave.
That thing's huge, but not big enough.
It is huge. We have 3 large units. Camelot Arthur doing work.
And that's Richard dropping there.
None of Arthur's stats are real, I don't think.
Oh.
Fighting another... being stealth won't protect you here. Third eye.
Can't really get rid of anything, though.
Yeah. Our own stealth orb? Stealth orb.
For the Triton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have one more go first spell, so it's like not a pressing issue yet, but it will be.
I mean, you could always go what you were originally saying is pick up the good boy also. I mean, it's not a royal monster. You put it in 3, though, and then it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But I guess if you're on this plan, maybe you just don't want to get out of this royal monster thing.
You buy that, sell that, wave, lock.
Okay. All right, I like it.
Yep, stealth orb. I'm tracking with your Broshi. Stealth Orb for your Triton because we only have one more go first spell, and you're fighting into multiple scam comps. The Triton pretty important here.
Yeah, these waves have been just brutal.
Yeah, I mean with the Atlanta, it's like there's seven royal monsters on board, which means he's adding 35 Moonlight. So the waves are dealing like
I'm gonna say Synesthesia doesn't really care much about the waves coming in on this one.
38. I think the wave just full clears this front row.
This one, yeah. Synesthesia is the good boy front row.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it's really brutal against. I would go first. Yeah, I would go first. I agree with you.
You're at 13. You only have one more go first.
I'm scared.
If they tailor your Triton, it's bad.
Curtains almost.
You've got one more go first spell. You could do it, Broshi, or you could risk it
and use it at a later date.
You could also put the second Arthur in here over the Melusine.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I don't know why we have the Melusine in, honestly.
I mean, it's scaling,
I guess.
And the Arthur isn't like our boosts aren't giving that much stats without having a second alliance band. I guess he cast one wave off the top, and that's why he's not going.
Oh, okay, true. Yep. Oh no, rip that whole front line, huh?
And rip the front line again, and rip the. Oh no, that's a big mirror.
Yeah, not anymore.
Okay, it was a big mirror. And rip the front line again.
Oh my goodness, that was so much front line death.
I don't think we've ever gotten to see this in a tournament before. I've played this a couple times.
Yeah,
and it's really fun. And this is these summon comps really don't like seeing 70 damage waves.
Again, it's just brutal. We just cast a wave. Make sure we cast a wave here, and we're pretty set.
Yeah. But putting the stealth on it means that the Kiev triggers are going to hit more waves, which is nice. Like, even if we get the first one for free.
Oh, boost ring. But we want to cast wave more.
I mean, you could go first spell and not wave.
True. That's actually very true. I'm going to sell a couple.
But I think you're now looking at Synesthesia's board and going, how do I beat this?
Yeah, how do you beat that?
And they've got a lamp.
Oh, they have a lamp. Wait, are they live?
Synesthesia's live, yeah.
Oh my god, uh-oh.
Synesthesia looking to close it out with that crazy good boy board. We'll see what the other... I mean, the scam comps are better than that to this. It's kind of like Broshi is clearing the way for Synesthesia by like
you're actually right.
Comps.
Yep. The play here is take everything out. Take damage.
Yeah, if you come in second to Synesthesia, you lose the tournament. But if you let this Bruni win this lobby, you have a chance to win next lobby. Kind of a weird position to be in.
There's about to be so much death on Gabby's board from these waves, but do you think at any point the cat box makes them big enough?
Maybe if you picked up a Dr. Frank to add to this comp.
Yeah, maybe.
We're locking for a Legendary Alliance Band and a Guinevere upgrade. Maybe he can get big enough to be the good boy.
If you get a Doppelganger Diamond, then you upgrade the Arthur too.
Wave just clears the front row.
I like how that works, where the demon in front still goes off.
Wave. You just can't get there.
It's so much silliness.
But like, even if you can wave down the front row of a good boy comp, you still have to kill the back row without waves.
Yeah,
that's the hard part about.
Well, I mean, the thing is though, is that he has the Arthur here. Like, if he upgrade, Bottle Lightning Arthur. It's not over yet. It's just Bottle Lightning Arthur, right?
I think so. I mean, Hecate's staff. If you get, you're doubling the wave, but is that enough?
No, it's not. I think Bottle Lightning is your way to push through with this damage.
Oh, but Bershi
I,
thinks that it's
all
doubling
right,
the
let's get
wave.
it. Let's get it. I'm ready.
But I agree with the Camelot. Bottled Lightning Arthur was a lot of
Insane.
stats, especially if we find the triple for it, right?
Yeah.
I think then that puts you on a pretty even footing with this other comp.
Yeah, because then you can all the other things that are upgrade too. The Melanies are gonna get the
There's a
stats.
Dying Breath rune that would have done that. Yeah, Hecate, what? That's not big enough.
What are you cooking?
Another Merlin, but like, can you afford to do that here?
We're at 13. We have plenty of life.
It plays in slot 3. Yeah, you're doubling it. Yep.
Are we going first also so we can triple?
And so you don't get. You double waved, so like you don't care about that. That Fire Mage is doing nothing. It's just
Yeah,
dead.
true. Okay, yeah, true.
But they had Bottled Lightning and they had the Fire Mage in one for the other comp. They're going to put a Good Boy in one for this comp, right?
I think you're right.
And that's going to be. Nope, still Fire Mage. Okay. Bye Fire Mage.
He has infinite gold next turn if he lives.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, maybe. Okay, we have to get through 3,000 thousands. The Iron Will, they're pretty big. Oh, he gets the good RNG. Wins the fight. 7 waves.
There's 1,000 gold here being spent.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Synesthesia hit skip fight, right?
Yeah, and they're mashing through, picking up as many good boys as possible.
Fusion 50-50 onto your Arthur. I mean, for the Melusine. Fuse the I get, but the Melusine's getting stats from the Arthur when the Arthur dies. Yeah, so that's like not as high value. You really want to triple the Arthur here, right?
Yeah, that's huge value.
Tripling the Arthur's a big deal. Gaining life, no.
Especially if it happened to be in the same shop as like a boost ring.
Yeah. Legendary Alliance Band Arthur. It's another. There's an Aura rune that really doesn't do much.
I wonder what Synesthe's doing. It's a lot of gold.
It is a lot of gold. He's going to put the Aura rune on that to cast even bigger waves. Okay, go first spell. That's a lot of stats.
That is a lot of stats
we're
getting rid of.
300, don't do it. Oh, no. Move it off of it first to something else and see how much stats you lose.
I agree.
Bergie, the tension, the drama. Oh, it's like 70-70. Like, you won last fight on stats, but I guess you're saying, like, I can't win this fight on stats after they have their 1,000 gold turn. Go first spell. There we go.
Yeah. We go first twice.
I like how we, like, got the Hecate staff. We've cast 3 spells in 2 turns. I think it's the Arthur. It buffs
I think it's been
things.
the Arthur, yeah. I think it's been the Arthur for a while.
Yeah.
Especially that you have the quest character with the stealth orb now. It's going to 100% get buffed by both.
You don't need that many waves from the Triton. Although it being Iron Will and absorbing out.
Oh, no.
No.
Is this how he's going to win it? Oh, my God, dude.
There go all the stats. Flying ox.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Synesthesia with the 1,000 gold into Yuck the Yak comp. Closing it. Oh, wait.
Oh, no, he's at 1. He lived at 1. It must have done 12 damage. It just might have been desynced.
Desync 12 damage?
Yeah, instead of 13. But yeah, this is where you get Blackbeards, right? And it's just game.
Yeah, now there's going to be Blackbeards on board.
Flying Blackbeards. Or he's looking for another fly. And he has Doppelganger Diamond too.
Yeah.
So it's going to be double flying Blackbeard. Yeah. So you need a cup here to even. No, what do you need?
you need Succubus, right? Like there's nothing
Sure.
else that clears at a, like be Taylor. You switch into Taylor, like there. Oh, chair is chair enough?
I don't know
You
if
just
chair's enough. The
it's not.
stats are crazy.
You're behind on stats. You're behind on
Yeah.
stats. Like any tech piece isn't going to do enough. You need something else
And
that
if that
deletes
Blackbeard's
stats.
upgraded, rip. Like it's gonna be so big.
You need something that deletes stats. So Succubus is a way to turn their stats against them. Uh,
But
Taylor
we're
deletes
built too
stats.
far into this to like take pieces out.
Uh, uh, Sirens are a royal monster that
Oh, he's
deletes
cooking.
stats. You get some sirens in the back row so that they're flying
Oh
things
no.
kill themselves into
Yeah, I
sirens.
think you stopped cooking when you said back rows.
But you have to. You can't put them
I
in the front.
know.
They're still flying. There's another stealth orb here. You can stealth two things in the back.
I think we did a bit of doom rolling and accepted our fate.
Yeah, I mean, Synesthesia is well positioned to win this game.
Yeah.
And we're just watching Broshi like come to grips with it in real time. As we are as well. Like we're thinking about whether is there anything you buy? There's just nothing. There's nothing
We didn't
you
even
can.
see a succubus if we wanted to take it.
And really, like Broshi cleared the way. Broshi killed the two scam comps, and Synesthesia was like, "All right, I got the stats."
Yeah, destroyed the scam comps. It wasn't even close.
No Blackbeard though, just an
Nope.
even bigger yak.
And then a good boy in the back.
Yeah, why not? Good boys along for the ride.
Oh no. This was brutal.
More waves, 143 damage waves. Just not enough. It takes a lot of 143s to do 7,000 damage.
If you asked me what the last board was going to be today that we saw, or if we saw any of the boards that were like I was going to see today, I would have not have guessed that. That is a hell of a way to finish. And like you said, clearing out the two boards that had a chance to beat them, like absolutely destroying them too. Like those waves were just, the whole thing was dead before we even got to it. Taking them two out so he could just walk right through. My goodness, that lamp hitting gold and just like the huge stats. So because they were catching up, even with the good boys. If he didn't have infinite gold, those are pretty even boards. Like they were going back and forth.
Yeah, 143 damage waves clearing out the front line, and then having the two Arthurs on board making his like both back lines were in the thousand range, and it was coming down to like fight RNG with the range and Iron Will units, what order things hit, right? But then a lamp into pot of gold just blew it wide open. 7,000 yuck the yaks. You can't kill it 143 damage at a time. It just doesn't work. And so Synesthesia wraps it up, is the champion of the March 2025 Fairy Tale Fable monthly tournament, and completing that set of medals. Previously a third and a second, and now that first, the crowning gold medal for Synesthesia.
Congratulations. Definitely deserves it. Awesome way to end it. Definitely entertaining way to end it at the end of all that. Man, I don't know how many times you're going to get to see that. And like I said, I was expecting like a couple more good boys, maybe a doppelganger diamond, maybe a dying breath rune. You spend all that money pretty efficiently. You feel pretty good going into that next turn, but no, 7K yak doubled up with flying to take out the boost. And it's funny, we were talking about boost comp, and then we had a Camelot build there at the end too. So, if you say it will appear. But another fun tournament. We'll definitely catch you guys soon. It was a great day. Thank you to everyone who came out and played and watched. As always, it was a fun time. Join the Discord if you guys are enjoying what you saw here today, and if you enjoyed playing
it's your
the game
last
and
chance
talking
to
about
make
the
sure
game.
our crystals in the chat.
Yep, that we didn't even announce because we messed it up. But yeah, if you want some crystals too,
We'll drag this out a little bit so you can do expect crystals in the chat. The podium. So Synesthesia clearly got first there. Broshi coming in second that lobby, but also second overall with 25 points. It's the silver medal. And Gabby Jagodia with 20 points, narrowly beating out D Point and Richard Warman to get third. So Gabby first the last 2 months, gets the third this month, still on the podium for the third month in a row. But Synesthesia 1, Broshi 2, and Gabby Jagodia in third is our top three. So just an awesome collection of Fairy Tale Fablers And hopefully you've had a chance now to get your crystals in the chat. Thank you for joining us today for this tournament. Appreciate all the viewers, all the other players, all the people that come out and hang out for these. It's been a pleasure casting this for you and watching these games and really enjoying this much more wide open meta. The
Yeah.
balance patches the last couple months have really made it a lot more interesting. We saw just very different stuff throughout the whole tournament today in
Yeah, there's
these
no copy back to backs. Everything we want. I mean,
yeah.
except for our mage expert that he was jamming. He was playing some Hekate zone no matter
Mhm.
what. But I mean, all the rest of the boards were mixed up. We didn't see anything finish the same both times. So pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
A lot of scam in the top four, but not a lot of scam wins. Off the back of those Dr. Frank changes and some of the other comps now that are on the up and up. So yeah, beautiful meta. Shout out to the developers and the meta balance team, keeping things fresh and interesting for us. Appreciate you all, and I think that about wraps it up for us.
Yeah, sounds good. It was a pleasure casting as always. And remember, if you guys have a problem with scam, do the same thing we're about to do in Wave, and we'll catch you guys next time.